You're watching the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Oh, what a day we've got here from Baker Sports and Jaguars Prep High School Media Day at Everbank Stadium. It's a long day at Everbank Stadium. Should be a fun one. You're taking a live look at some of the different areas of the third floor right now of this high school media day. And, of course, we've got the scrimmage inside the stadium tonight for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is all a build-up to that. Really, they are not associated with each other, quite frankly, at all. We also have a flag football media day in the middle of it. So all day long today here with Action Sports Jacks in at least one stop. We don't have to, drive all over town. We get to stay right here inside the stadium. 3 floors of high school media day. Nobody does it bigger or better. Again, the Jaguars heavily involved with this. Baker Sports. We're going to have Josh Baker on in just a moment to talk about it. He's got some exciting news about a new shop for them. But we've got some exciting news because it's high school football. It just started on Monday. Stuart Weber was out there on really Sunday night, midnight practice at Oakleaf. And, here we are.
Oh, yeah. We're back another year. They do it right here, and it's going to be interesting to see how cool they can make it when they have a brand new stadium, right?
Yeah.
They're battling construction and small parking lots and figuring all that out as we go. But, this is always such a cool day. It's great to catch up with the coaches, see everybody who we haven't seen in many months.
Yeah.
And see how they're doing, see what's going on with the different programs around the area.
Yeah, reacclimate ourselves.
Yes.
We're on the third floor, or really the upper club or something. But there are seriously 3 floors of this, and we're showing you a shot of that's kind of right next to us.
Yeah, a little
to our
way.
left, we have players being interviewed. Yeah. We're going to have a lot of the coaches stop by here. There's ping pong and a little mini golf course over there as well. They've got Madden being played. Yeah. So, it really, again, Jaguars and Baker Sports really do this, and they've done a heck of a job making it work.
Giving Noah the okay that they're still recording over there. Yeah. Multitasking.
We are multitasking.
That's definitely today.
So, it's a heck of a We'll even go. They have a press conference area downstairs.
We'll get a look down
they got a little fun area for the kids. Last year it was a car. This year it's a golf cart.
Yep.
Very Jack's Beach, if you will.
Or St. Johns County, Nocatee.
That's right. So it's going to be a good football season for high school sports, and I guess we kind of learn about what it's going to be like. We know we've got really good players in the area. We'll have some teams that are really good too, but some of the storylines, we don't have to worry about the reclassifications and all that.
I always like the second year in the cycle because you kind of know the districts a little bit, and it doesn't change. They always do it in those 2-year cycles, and this is the same as it was last year. So all those great district rivalries we had a year ago, you get them back again this year. A little familiarity with the teams you're playing against, and really the schedules are supposed to be the same. When you're a high school coach and you schedule in 2 years with a home and away.
Yeah.
So for us, we should generally know what the schedule is, mostly. Now, you get some cancellations and some changes here and there, but for the most part, it's very similar to last year, just flip-flopped. You get a different venue instead.
Absolutely. So we'll see how that shakes out in this year. We don't know either.
Yeah.
That's just football in general, but you really don't know. Now, we know Trinities of the world and the Mandarins of the world and the Bowls of the world. Should be a lot of good players on those kind of squads. St. Augustine has really had a nice couple of years. Their run has been terrific.
Mandarin as well, of course.
Yeah, do we know who Reigns, right? Reigns.
State runner-up last year.
Yeah, we didn't have a state champ last year, and I think that's a curiosity. Can any of those kind of teams become a state champ? And then the other side is, who will emerge? Is there a sleepy team in there? And we just have a lot of new programs, too, with a lot of new schools that have popped up. And now it's not just the FHSAA, too. We know that.
Yeah, the SSAA as well, the Sunshine State Athletic Association. We've talked about it over the past few years, and you see more teams seeing that as a better fit for them. And an interesting example, by the way, is Coach Dennis Bettinger, who was at Wolfson a few years back and really thought that program should be in the SSAA instead of, hang on, let me look and see what that great Wolfson district they got to play is. Bowls, Baldwin, Jackson. So not as bad this year, but still Bowls. And that's not a matchup that you'd expect, right?
No.
And so now he's at Stanton, and Stanton is playing the same sort of teams that maybe you would expect them to play in Paxson, West Nassau, Fernandina Beach, Interlochen. Those are our 5 kind of Atlantic Division SSAA teams. So these schools are realizing we can play teams more like us and get a little better product out there on the field on Friday nights.
Yeah,
for the kids and for the fans.
Makes a lot of sense. All right, we'll go gather.
Yep, I'll go
Weber.
run around.
Weber's in charge of our high school coverage, and that's the other thing. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but we're even expanding more. We expanded last year more than ever before, and we're going to do it again this year. So we'll get Josh Baker in a minute. Whenever you're ready, we will do it. We're going to get kind of the man that helps put this thing on the show. All right, here's the deal, Josh. You're not going to be able to hear very well, so hopefully our hearing is still good. Read my lips. I'll figure that out in a commercial break. But Josh Baker, Baker Sports, this thing doesn't happen without him. I know you guys have teamed up with the Jags to make this happen. I mean, look at it. I mean, everybody can hear it. It's loud. There's a ton of people on 3 different floors of Everbank Stadium. Yeah. Really cool.
I appreciate it, Brent. Thank you guys for being here. You know, it's our 18th year.
18.
We started right after Tebow, and Tebow kind of brought high school football to its prime and as far as coverage, and rolled with Kyle Parker and those guys that first year and have kept it going. And then the Jaguars joined us 3 years ago and really started, not just allowing us to use the venue, but really contributing. And Adriel Roca and the Jag Prep guys have just taken this to another level for us. So we're excited to be here.
I don't think people fully understand the context of it because you get used to it. Even we do, right? We're like, hey, it's on our calendar, August 1st. But, I mean, it's really become a big, big deal. And I don't know if anybody does it bigger or better. I mean, it's got to be up there. Maybe some others do it. I mean, we think big-time high school football, Texas, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sure California does something. But, I mean, few people can do it bigger and better than this, right?
Right. We think we were the first one to do it. And, a lot of us kind of spun off of it, even in the state that have done it. But, I consult a lot with some Texas guys that have put on some ones and some Pennsylvania. There's a couple guys up in Pennsylvania. Josh Corey, who used to be Fletcher.
Tennessee.
He does something with it, started something with the Titans when he went up there. But, I mean, it's, for us, it's just a chance to give back to the community. And then when you see some of these kids have never been in the stadium before.
Yeah.
You get some of these guys from Gainesville, from the rural areas. I mean, we got a couple schools from Orlando and Tallahassee here today that have never been in the stadium, and they walk out there and get to take their picture behind the, with the jumbo screen in the background. It's really cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Hey, you guys have had a busy summer, man. Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Baker Sports. I always tell the story all the time, and we tell it even in our spots during our show and our high school football coverage. I mean, this guy started out the back of his car at UNF. It's an unbelievable story when he didn't play baseball anymore, and it's grown into one of the biggest outfitters in the Southeast, maybe in the country. I don't even know where you're at. But you also have the netting company, shoulder pad company, and you just moved into this huge headquarters. I haven't seen it yet, but how was the move?
The move was a lot of fun, Brent. Yeah, I mean,
probably not good.
No. We started in November with the build out, and my wife Tiffany, and my office manager Lacey did a phenomenal job with it. We were able to start moving in June, and now we're in finally. So 10 years ago, I purchased Burbank Sport Nets and brought it kind of under the umbrella, and then 3 years ago, Pro Gear shoulder pads. So it's been my dream to have all three in the same building so I could really do a better job managing it and using a lot of collaboration between the three companies. So, I mean, we could not be happier with the turnout. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty neat thing. You got any more on the horizon, or is this good for now?
We're just going to keep growing organically, just keep spreading our territory, and, who knows what else happens. We are doing helmet reconditioning now, so we do that in Alabama, but we're bringing that to Jacksonville, so in the same buildings.
How much is the shoulder pad business evolved, or not the business maybe, but the shoulder pad itself?
Well,
we did the story a couple years ago. It's pretty fascinating to see it.
Yeah, so, the shoulder pad itself has taken a life of its own, so anytime you see that logo back plate hanging out the back, that's our pad. Trevor wears our pad, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, the number one pad at Florida, Georgia, Florida State, Ohio State, Michigan, Nebraska, Tennessee, and it's a lot of fun because, being at Baker's, it's mainly high school youth sports, but then on the Pro Gear side, it's NFL, college, and down. So to be able to watch TV on a Saturday and Sunday and see our logo when the jersey pops up, and we appreciate Nike making those jerseys so tight so the shoulder pad pops out all the time.
Yeah,
you can see our logo is really cool. So
all right, one more question. How many teams do you think in the area, schools, do you think you guys touch? Or you probably know, but...
Yeah, I mean, we do something at every school in our area. I mean, and we do the bulk at, 90%. I think 6. That we do the bulk at now. With our addition, we started selling Nike 2 years ago, and that really transitioned us into everywhere. And then from the netting side and the shoulder, we touch every school in the area somehow.
Awesome. Josh Baker, owner of Baker Sports. Tell Rylan to go hit a couple doubles, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you always.
Good to see you.
Have a
Great work. That is Josh Baker. By the way, his son Rylan, good baseball player at Bowles. He's going to play at the East Coast Pros I think he's already there. So he's going to go check that out here today. That's Josh Baker. Unbelievable story, really. And I think someday we'll get into that story a little bit more down the road. Maybe a little Storytellers of the 904 would be a good idea. Hopefully, Rob, everything sounds good. And maybe it doesn't. I don't know. We'll keep battling through. If not, Coach, what's up?
What's going on? How are you?
How are you?
Good, man.
Back. What is this? Year 3?
5.
5? Oh man,
Here for 5.
This time goes by too quick.
It does. It goes by real quick.
Coach Doherty, Yulee High School. Well, how is Year 5?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I've got a lot of kids that are really focused and really attentive to the details. It's awesome. They're just a great group of kids that have fun. They want to be there and they want to get better. That's what's the best part is they want to get better at football. It makes practice easy to go to, makes it fun and enjoyable. There's a lot of energy. We're in a great spot right now with just the way we're operating every day.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, does it take a while for those systems to get in place the way you kind of want to? And then now if you go Year 5, you've got a whole senior class that kind of came up, right? They know what to expect. Coaches know what to expect. That's a big deal.
Yeah, there's a lot of continuity in our staff, too. Did a lot of soul searching over the offseason. Changed a lot of things, just systems in place, how we operate. I felt like our spring season, that month was really good. There was a lot of good teaching happening. Kids got a lot of time on task. And I feel like in the spring game it showed up. We executed football at a higher rate.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice from your vantage point.
Makes me feel comfortable about going into what our schedule looks like. We've got some tough teams that have success, the programs that are really notable and have success, but having those pieces in place it makes you feel confident at least you're going to be able to put the things in place to execute a game plan and be in a ball game and have a shot.
Wow, yeah. How tough is the schedule, I guess?
Our district just reigns.
Yeah, that's tough enough.
That's one of the pieces. Fernandina was good last year, and they're bringing back almost their whole team. West Nassau had a good season, so our county has good competitive football in it. Union County's always good. Clay's always good. There's those pieces in there. Charlton always is a tough team to play. And then we have FPC and Menendez, and a lot of those teams played postseason football last year. So that's what's exciting about trying to get us back into that realm.
I've been asking all the coaches this. Now that you've got 5 years or 4 years under your belt, how much better of a coach are you now, and how much have you evolved, do you think, since you started at Yulee?
I've evolved a ton in just the level of how we're teaching. I actually took a USAW weightlifting class with this guy, Joe Hansen, and just the way he was concise about his construction, his methodology. I did a lot of searching and revisiting some of those pieces. And the one thing that was really good with this year in this offseason was we were really able to develop some character leadership things within our program. Really hone in on those intangible aspects that make kids useful, employable adults and, members of society that can contribute. Yeah. Those were the kind of pieces that we're building. And that's what's a piece of that's really exciting is that those foundations are in place now to where I was scrambling in years before doing, tedious menial tasks. Now I'm able to, whether it's disperse those tasks to somebody else, but just get those kids really buying into unity and team.
Yeah, it makes sense. So I'll leave you with this. Yeah. Yulee's been booming. That area has been booming.
Yeah.
How much are you guys a beneficiary of that, numbers-wise, talent-wise?
We're going up a little bit. Those homes are being built a lot. The school numbers aren't really hitting that big. We're growing. I'm not saying we're not growing, but it's not at the exponential rate that they have to go build another high school right now. I got you. That when I first
maybe a lot of younger
here,
families coming in or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I first moved up here, I'm from Central Florida. When I first moved up here, they kind of talked about like, oh, in 5 years there's going to be a new high school.
Yeah.
But that's not even in the scope right now. Like, it's rumored. Our school district, I think, has the land. I don't know that for a fact, but it's all just rumor and speculation.
Okay.
It's not anything factual.
It's not like St. Johns County where they're popping up.
No, that's a whole different animal. That's
a
whole different animal. Now, it's that at a slower pace.
Okay.
It's that at a slower pace. We're just not it's growing. Our school's like 1490 student population, but it's not. We're not busting out of the scene.
Yeah. Well, maybe you get an extra good player here or there, right? That's not bad.
Hey, listen, ain't nobody arguing that. And like, there's some good pieces like coming in those next groups.
Yeah, you can see it.
And like the Yulee Little League has a lot of success right now.
Yeah.
Like there's like 3 of their 4 teams like play for championships in the Northeast Florida area.
Okay.
So like there's a lot of like really good, talented kids.
It was good to see Derrick Henry come home and give back again. Obviously, the pride of Yulee, Derrick Henry, now with the Baltimore Ravens, an illustrious career on the football field and in the NFL. Kyle Doherty, thanks, man.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Good luck this season.
Appreciate you.
All right. Hey, we're going to take should we take a break here? Or we want Toby to jump in? Okay, we're good? We're going to do that. We're just going to keep rolling people in and out. Audio's okay, Weber? Sure.
You're loud.
I'm loud. How are you, man?
Good. How you doing, bro?
Good to see you. I don't know. Weber, you can play with that if you want.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you won't be able to hear me.
Okay, cool.
I'll talk loud. That's probably why I'm talking loud, so you guys can hear us. What's up, man?
Not much.
Or a lot.
We're here, yeah. We're here. It's hot.
It is hot up here. I listen, man. I was sweating.
You got that light right there.
Yeah, that doesn't
everything.
help. That doesn't help. How are the Mandarin Mustangs looking?
We're good right now. We are going into day 5 this evening, and everything's been good. First week's always fun. Energy's always high. Everybody's got hope. Everybody's got joy. Next week will show the real grind of things. And so it's good. We're where we want to be. We had a really good summer. We had a really good off season. We're happy with the experience we have, and we have some young kids stepping up, and we're happy where we're at.
I don't know if I should ask you about the players you lost or the players that you have, because you lost some talent, right?
Yeah.
Termel Jones, Jamie French, just to name a couple of names that we've been talking about for a long time around here that helped you win a lot of games, and obviously they were banged up even last year, but you've got some replacing to do.
Yeah, well, that was the thing is we lost Jamie for 4 games last year. We lost Termel for 10.
Yeah, 10.
So I missed them terribly. We missed Drake very much. But a lot of those guys, because they got hurt, had to step up, and so we feel we're in a good spot. We don't feel like rookies with them because they do have that game experience. Like watching film with the quarterbacks, they're completely different than they were last year at this time. They see their mistakes and they're embarrassed of their mistakes. Like, how did I not see that when you go back and watch previous film and where they're at now? So it's a good thing, and it sucked at the time. Termel going down especially hurt. It bothered me. He was with me for 4 years. I didn't know another quarterback in my world but him, and so him not to have his senior year, to have his moment. He had started off so hot. His first 5 quarters, he had thrown for 500-something yards. He only had 2 incompletions in the first 5 quarters.
Wow.
And he was just rolling. And so to not get to see that come together, all those years of work for him, that stunk for me and stunk for him. And it was supposed to be a really great year for him. And but moving on with those guys, they're on to bigger and better things. They're doing great. All of them are having a lot of success right now in college, and this young batch of crew is pretty good themselves.
Yeah, they're pretty good. You're led by those 2 sophomores, Bryson Wright and Knox Hannes.
Yep.
Knox at quarterback, how has he grown year 1 to year 2 in your opinion?
He's the one that laughs at himself when he watches his film from last year.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. He lives, eats, and sleeps football. And so he's a football junkie. And a lot of people say that, and, a lot of kids are, but he's a little bit different in that regard, and more so than anybody I've ever had. and he's grown a lot. Last year when he played, he was 5'11", 180 pounds. He's now 6'2.5", and he's 207. Like he's bigger than Trammell was as a senior. Like he's hit his growth spurt. He's coming into his body. He's coming into his own. Football has slowed down for him a lot, and hopefully it will show up on the field.
The catch heard around the world, man. What was your reaction to it from Bryson Wright?
It was better than anything we'd seen in practice, but I wasn't shocked. Like Jamie used to pull off catches in practice, and when he did in the game, people were like, "Oh my God!" Like that's a day for Jamie. And Bryson kind of the same thing. Bryson can do and manipulate his body any way he wants to. He's massive as it is. I mean, he's as big as a college defensive end.
Yes.
And so he's a special player. It might be blasphemy, and Bobby Ramsey's around here somewhere, but his own comparison I've ever seen is Derrick Henry.
That's a good call. Physically, right?
Physically,
yeah.
To be as big and as strong as he is now, as young as he is, Derrick's the only person I could see. I remember when Derrick was a freshman, I was a young coach, and I think he rushed for like 1,900 yards as a freshman, and he was 6'3", 212 or something. I'm like, wow, that's a big old boy for a freshman. Bryson's in that same regard. And, he's not even 15 years old yet.
It's unbelievable. He looks like he's handling it okay. I think to me, look, Dad in me, the older guy now in me is like, how do you guys handle this? How do they handle it? How do you handle it? You can't stop the hype train, right? Yeah. I mean, you can't. You know how it is these days.
He's got a great home life in the sense of his mother and father are very supportive. They're great at what they do with him. He had a big following on social media before that happened. So young kids in the Pop Warner realm and everything were already, so he has experienced a lot of that already. And so now just adults know about it now. And it doesn't seem to really affect him like that. I think he does a good job of kind of, he has the people around him that he has, and I don't think he falls into it too much. And he's able to do what he wants and what he needs to do. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
That's good. That's good. Let's leave you with this. I'm asking a lot of the coaches, Toby Bulock now versus Toby Bulock then. How much better of a coach are you? How much have you evolved? You're having a ton of success right now in Mandarin, but are you that much better of a coach, or have you just evolved? How do you feel about that?
I do feel better. I do think I look at the game different than I did 10, 15, 20 years ago when I first got into it. When I first got into it, it was basically like math doing multiplications. You're repeating what you learned. And so you're trying to teach off of your playing experience, what your coaches taught you, that type of stuff. Now that I've coached for a lot of years, now I'm teaching, all right, well, you're very similar to this. Well, maybe this strategy doesn't work. Maybe you're more like player this, or maybe you're more like player that. So I think that's helped. Also, I have a really good staff, and so that helps. Early on in my career, I felt like I was trying to do too much. I have a great staff. I have a great defense staff. My offense staff is very dedicated to what they do. Like I have a young O-line coach that's been with me for 6 years, and for my first 17 years, I felt like I had to be with the O-line all the time. I don't feel like I ever have to be with the O-line now. He's just that good.
Wow.
And he's an exceptional coach. My defense, I don't stress about the defense. I know they're going to be where they need to be. They're going to do what they need to be. So I don't know if it's so much that I'm better. I think what I have around me is better. My coaches make me as good as we're going to be. If we have a lot of success this year, it won't be because of Toby Bulock. It'll be because my coaches, Clayton Cason, Christian Parker, Cam Campbell, just the list goes on. Jonathan Reed, they're just phenomenal. And then we have really good talent.
Yeah.
We have good players. We should be in every game that we play. And, I don't think it's really that I've gotten better as much as I've put myself around better people.
Well, it's a nice little secret to life right there, by the way, not just coaching football. Toby Bulock,
thank you so
good
much.
luck, man. Great to see you. Hope you had a good summer. Mustangs will be fun to watch. Let's do this. Let's hit a break. Before we get Coach Ramsey in, maybe we'll ask him about that Derrick Henry comparison. And we've got a lot of coaches lined up. We're at the Baker Sports High School Media Day. We'll talk a little bit about the Jaguars scrimmage, too, coming up. But we'll try to sneak some of that in. But we'll be nonstop throughout the day. Thanks for hanging with us here on a Friday, heading into the weekend on the Brent and Austen Show, the Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. I think I can beat those guys at ping pong, by the way. Really. I think I can.
The moment you bite into a Mason's Famous Lobster Roll, nothing is the same. Suddenly, it's 5 a.m., and you're boarding a lobster boat in Maine, heading out to check your traps, keeping only the best, just like it's been done for nearly a century. Because you can't taste lobster this good without it changing you for good. Mason's Famous Lobster Rolls, from the waters of Maine.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models, or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness, and most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick GMC. We are professional grade.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with a purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's Famous Lobster Rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Well, it's really one of our favorite days of the year back here at Baker Sports High School Media Day, of course, in conjunction with the Jacksonville Jaguars and Jaguars Prep, and we're all over it with our Action Sports Jax team. For me, it's a great time to get reacclimated with the high school football world. I mean, you put it down, you can't remember if Bobby Ramsey's still at Yulee or at Jackson. I don't know. Like, the head's spinning this time of year.
Yeah.
But it is fun to be here. We've got sets over there, and there's a lot of action there and 3 floors of things going on. I mean, we were just talking about it. Verlin Dormany, he's probably the elder statesman. Now Marty Lee's out, right?
Yeah.
And you might be near the top of that list as football coaches in the area.
Yeah. I said I remember coming to this 18 years ago, and I was the youngest guy in the area. And now I'm like got the gray hair, and I'm like I think I might have the more years on anybody. Good, bad, or indifferent. But it's also kind of a reminder of how much this event has grown. It was in a one kind of medium-sized area. Now it's 3 levels of the Jags club section. So it's really impressive what Jags and Bakers have done with this thing. So it's cool, and it's great for the kids.
I don't want to forget this because we just had Toby Bulock on,
right,
and he said something. I was like, oh, that's actually that's pretty interesting. He said the only guy he thinks of when he watches Bryson Wright play physically at his age is Derek.
Right.
And Derek, when he was 8th and 9th, I'm talking Derek Henry here, Bobby coached him at Yulee, and even when I went up and watched Derek play early, I mean, you're like, whoa. And Bryson Wright physically at 14 years old could play at the collegiate level right now, it feels like, doesn't it?
Yeah, I only saw him one time in person. It was actually, we were hosting Gateway Conference basketball, and I knew that I knew the name, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together that was him, and when I was realized who it was, it was definitely, I didn't mean to be a prisoner of the moment, but I felt like him. And then, the kid at Bowles, Giotu, the defensive end.
Oh, yeah.
Those were the 2 guys. And again, I don't mean to be caught up in the moment, but I said, like, those 2 guys physically as 9th graders are the closest thing that I can recall to Derek. I mean, I'll never put anybody in. I mean,
I think Derek's still different.
Yeah. But I would say, as far as my mom's cat could pick out that guy. That talented, that physically stand out. That, certainly those two guys come to mind.
Yeah, at 14 years old too. Derek was, huge at 14.
Yeah. He was about the same height. I don't think he grew a whole lot height wise. And I think that's the key is, when you're very gifted, you got to continue to work. You got to continue to develop because everybody's going to start to catch you. You're God given because of obviously you take advantage of those talents. But the thing that Derek did was he kept working. And because other kids are going to hit their growth spurt. And kids are going to want to compete against you. I always tell people, I saw some of the hardest hits Derek ever took in high school. People think he ran everybody over, but that wasn't the case. Those kids wanted a piece of him because if I take Derek Henry down, that's my 12-point buck on the wall.
That's your moment.
Be recruited. That's my moment. So, NFL guys, like I'm in a contract here. I'm going to make business decisions. So, I think the trick for anybody when you're that talented, that young is, man, just stay humble and keep working because they're going to catch up to you. And it's going to get harder because eventually you're going to get to the next level where everybo's you. So,
Jaguars fans would argue that, Derek Henry got hit harder at Yulee than he did facing the Jags many times. Let me ask you this before we get to Jackson. Do you get tired of us asking about Derek?
Never. I really don't. I came to terms with a long time ago that, I was going to be, the guy who coached Derek Henry, coach Bobby Ramsey, so I like to joke with people. I'm like, that's way better than being like the guy who coached Jeffrey Dahmer, or something like that. So, yes, I really don't because it takes me back to those, it's obviously still fun to follow his career, but it's those times with that group, I was at a wedding this summer where one of my guys got married and he was in the wedding and all the guys in the wedding party were players around that time. And, that hits home with you while you do it, and, it's fun to talk about him, but it's really just fun to talk about. That was such a special period of time. I think for Yulee, for the school, obviously, for myself, and I'm very blessed and fortunate to be part of it. So, no, I don't ever get tired of that, or kids like Carson or whatever. Like, I never get tired of hearing talk about those guys.
Yeah, I like to follow that up, and I usually do with this guy can coach. I think a lot of people back then was like, hey, he's got Derrick Henry. It's more than that. He did a great job with Yulee after, and then obviously the stops now that you've made to land at Jackson. How are things going at Jackson? This is at times a difficult job on Main Street.
Yeah, I think there's I really try to focus on the positives. I think we have a great principal, a great athletic director. We have a good group of athletes. There is tradition there. Football is important to the kids. I'm fortunate that I think the staff we put together, we're in a good place. I think we have a lot of things going for us. I do understand the challenges. There's some logistical issues that we battle. Obviously our field being down the street and everything like that. But I really think there's a lot of things about it that make it a good place. We're an A school now. It's about 850, 900 kids. There's a family feel to it in the building. So, I really think those are the things about it that are the positives. And obviously, we're in a tough district. But again, I've been there before at Yulee and in those situations at Mandarin. So if you want to get somewhere, you're going to have to beat somebody or compete against somebody really good. So, we went 5-5 year one, and I think everybody around here is going to say I'm happy with where we're at right now. But time will really tell. Every day you have to go out there and have a good practice. Every day you have to move forward, because everybody's going to say, "Oh, we had a great summer, we had a great spring. I'm excited about the season." But somebody's going 1-9. You just hope it's not you. So you just got to keep doing essentially what you've been doing your whole career.
You got to stay healthy, obviously. You don't have huge numbers, but do you have some talent?
Yeah, no, I mean, we have some good young guys. We have some really versatile seniors, some kids that are here with us today. Some kids like Tony Queen, LaQuinn Buckman, Dorian McNair, guys who Lamar Stanfield, guys who can play multiple positions. So, we're deeper than we've been. I think for us it's going to come down to the trenches. But I think if you talk to 90% of the teams in America, maybe even more, they would probably say the same thing. I think we've got we've got more depth than we had last year, where, last year we're shooting out probably 25, 26 tried and true varsity, and then, using the 6-quarter rule to shoot out another 6 or 7. So It looks like you got 33, but you really don't, where, now we're in a situation where, we should be around 40 solid, and that gives you a little bit more breathing room on Friday nights, and should help your special teams as well.
I've been asking a lot of coaches how much they've evolved over the years. I'm sure you could answer that, but I guess how much fun are you still having, too, as you evolve as a coach in this day and age, or just because you're getting a little bit older, whatever it is?
Yeah, I think the longer you do it, one thing that helps is you kind of realize what you need to worry about, what you don't, and you can control what you can control. If you prioritize things and you do things the way that, conceptually, philosophically, I don't think it's changed very much. There's always that joy in seeing a player, improve, and the happiness when they achieve a goal and those kind of things, that hasn't gone away. And I don't think it will. There's things about coaching now that are tougher than they were back then, but there's also things that have been made easier, So with whether it's technology or advances in this or that. So, I think you have to evolve. You have to understand that, things are going to change. Culture's going to change. Obviously, the social media piece is very prevalent. But, again, like, control the controllables, and there's probably 15 years. If I was talking to me 15 years ago, there's a lot of things I've been stressing out about that, people talk about players transferring. If they're going to leave, they're going to leave. And there's nothing you can do about it. Get everybody ready, so that way when that happens, you got somebody ready to play. The weather is the weather. Adjust to it. Everybody's dealing with it. So I think just kind of understand. And I have 2 small children. I have a 5-year-old, 3-year-old son. So that puts things in perspective too. And it also reminds you, like, hey, you want to, I'm going to coach my kids like I'd coach my sons. So or how I'd want them to be coached. So there's certainly, I guess what you would say, maybe, I don't know if it's maturity, but there's definitely growth, and I think that always has to be there if you're going to stay in the profession, because if you're hard line and you don't, then you'll eventually start to resent it.
Well, it's better when you're in it. Bobby Ramsey, Jackson High, man.
Good to see you, man.
Have a good season.
Yeah, we'll too. Appreciate
Great
it, brother.
to see you, too. It's always fun on Main Street. We'll see how the Jackson Tigers do here in 2025. A lot of fun catching up with Bobby Ramsey, who's had the chance to coach some of the greats really out of Jacksonville, with Carson Beck, who's now at Miami, and, of course, Derrick Henry, always kind enough to talk about that side of it as well. Hey, thanks, Bobby. We've got we got a little bit of a break in the action. I'm sure we'll get another coach over here in a moment, as we are live on the Brent and Austen show. A little bit different of a show today, so thanks for hanging with us. But did want to talk a little bit of Jags and let you know that the scrimmage is going to go on out there tonight at 7 o'clock, as everybody knows. It's a really big deal tonight to see Travis Hunter. I mean, he's scheduled to play both sides of the football really for the first time. What he's been doing at practice is meeting with the coach on the opposite side of the ball that he's practicing with. So yesterday on defense, wearing the white jersey, then he would meet with Grant Udinski and other coaches on the offensive side of the ball during special teams. So we've seen some of that, but we haven't seen the practice where he goes offense and defense. There's anticipation tonight that will happen. Earlier in the week, Liam Cohen said, hey, this might be a little bit of not a milestone, but at least a chance to refocus on how this is going and where the plan is going and what's next. Maybe, hey, this is great, this is what we're doing, or maybe you change it around a little bit. So I think Travis Hunter tonight is the watch and the story, because as fans get in there to see it, this scrimmage, and obviously you're invited to come down. They're going to be in the south end zone. They're going to use that part of the stadium. 7 o'clock, I think Travis Hunter's going to be the story coming out of this one. And then how much do they play starters a week from tomorrow against the Pittsburgh Steelers? That will be a part of the story too. So tonight's scrimmage, that's the storyline. How much else? Yeah, does Trevor look good? Where's the defense, offense? First time the fans and this kind of atmosphere get to see the Jaguars. Also, first time for Liam Cohen and everybody to get in the stadium. And I kind of think that's a big deal, because my curiosity in this is, when you're a head coach for the first time and you're a play calling head coach for the first time, how do you adjust to that? There's a lot going on for Liam Cohen on a game day. This is a little bit of a chance for him to get the feel for that too. So a lot happening here, and we'll see how it shakes out tonight. But in the meantime, we've got high school football media day. That continues, and we'll take you until 1 o'clock with a lot of different interviews. And then we have a girls flag football media day from 2:30 to 4 o'clock. They just kind of threw that one on us. That was a late ad. And then in the middle of it all, we'll be doing some TV on CBS 47, Fox 30 along the way. So I think we're going to show you some other things happening around this Everbank Stadium, and we're going to introduce you to another coach here on the show as well. I'm seeing that Devils. Clay Blue Devils. That's what we're going with. Jeff Gerky. Did I say that?
Gerky. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're not going to hear it.
Okay.
You just got to have good ears.
I got you.
I can't figure that part out, Coach. This is like when the headsets go bad.
The headsets are going haywire.
You know how that works, right?
Exactly. Hey, whatever. We're just going to signal.
Yeah. I should hold up I can hold up my questions if you want.
No, we're good. We're good.
You know what the problem is? I can't troubleshoot it because we just keep rocking and rolling.
Yeah, keep rolling.
So I'm
hey,
just
we're good. I can hear you.
So I say I want to get all the young guys over here.
Yeah.
So they can hear me.
There you go.
I got to keep the old coaches away.
I don't know if there's that many old heads left.
There aren't, really.
There's not. It's crazy. And that's the other thing I'm here for, because I'm the North Florida representative for the Florida Coaches Coalition.
Oh, are you?
So I got two hats. So
what is involved with that?
So we're the coaches organization fighting for higher pay for the coaches, more representation. So we're not replacing the FACA. But we're the ones trying to fight for, increased pay, because we're losing more and more coaches every year. We lost another coach last night, so now we're to 207 in the state of Florida in 1 year.
207 coaches.
207 coaches.
How many of them went to Georgia?
Not as many as you think, but there's just guys that are getting out. They're like, hey, I can't see my kids grow up. I can't afford groceries. I can make more money Ubering. So we can't have good coach, and we're losing young coaches that are finally getting head coaching jobs, and they can't support their families.
I will get to Clay in a moment, but I want a little bit more on this, because
Absolutely.
I can't. listen, I don't know where we're supposed to fall on this, but I mean, I couldn't be more than a bigger advocate for it. I think it's ridiculous what coaches get paid. Heck, I think it's kind of ridiculous what teachers get paid too at times here in the state of Florida versus other parts of the country. But how close? I know the movement is getting louder.
Yes.
But are we getting anywhere in terms of maybe a bigger pot of money for coaches?
Yes.
We are.
We are working.
Well, I say we. You are.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're all in this. Everybody here today is got our backs, and we appreciate it. But we are our voices being heard. We've had legislative sessions with state senators and state reps throughout the state. It's bipartisan now. We got a couple people that are leading the charge. But we're this whole fall, I'm coaching football, and I'm also going to be helping to shape this bill that hopefully is going to be on the House floor in January.
Wow.
And we've got a pretty good outline right now. The governor is very involved. So we're looking to get this thing passed in February and implemented in 26, 27.
That would be awesome. Is it pretty substantial?
It's going to be $15 an hour, and that's all we're asking for. This is never going to be Georgia or Texas. It's not set up the same way. But you could go work at McDonald's for $15 an hour, but we're out here. We think what we're doing is pretty important, and we can't even make that.
Yeah.
And it's a long time coming, and it's not just football, and that's I think we've done a good job of letting everybody know this is going to take care of just about all the sports, especially the major sports. Is every coach not only will get $15 an hour, but the amount of hours they actually work. We all know we're working thousands of hours as head football coaches, assistant football coaches, but I'm there all summer, and so's my volleyball coach, and so's my baseball coach, and my soccer coach is doing workouts. So it's a year-round sport for just about everybody now, but we only get paid for the 3 months that we're technically in season, and that's just not right. It's almost illegal. And so all we're asking is not to be – we don't want to make $150,000 like these guys in Georgia. We'd love to, but – we should be able to make enough to support our families and not have to get second jobs because we're doing this because we care about our kids. You know, we all went into this to serve the communities that we're in, but it's getting to the point now that people can't survive. They can't support their own family, and before too long, we're going to be in a crisis.
Yeah.
So that's the way it's looking. It's the funding should be there. We're not taking any money away from teachers or anything else. This is all coming from a separate pot. They're working on trying to do it because they know it's important. We're losing coaches not only to Georgia, but we're just losing coaches. The minor sports never get talked about. Yeah. Some sports, you've got your fourth volleyball coach in 4 years. How are you supposed to build a program? How are you supposed to build a program when you can't find a girls basketball coach? When you got to fold your flag football program because you can't find anybody to do it? Because they can go make more money Instacarting.
Yeah.
You can't. It's not sustainable. And so the state realizes that our voice has been heard. So hopefully this time next year, we're talking about all these guys making a little more money.
Well, good for you guys, by the way. And you just bring up great points. And I think you have so many people on your side. It's not like you have a lot of people saying,
it's hard to argue against it. The people that are arguing against it the most are teacher unions because they're fighting for teachers. And we're underpaid as teachers as well. But nobody's really advocated for us.
Yeah.
And if you're not in it, you don't really get it. I don't blame the teacher unions. They don't get it. They're not out there getting wet bulbed at 9:45 in the morning because it's so dang hot. You know, they don't understand everything that goes into it. They don't understand that cheerleading is a year-round sport now. Like, they are lifting weights. It is not just football season and then see you later. So they don't get that there are these extra hours that we are not getting paid for. And we can't get paid for from booster clubs or anything like that. So all we're asking for is just pay us for the hours we're putting in, because you're asking us to have these great programs and to develop our kids, and we want to do that. But at the same time, we got to go home to our wives, and they're like, oh, you didn't get paid for the 5 hours you were away this summer to 7-on-7?
Yeah. That works for a couple of months, not really a couple of years. That's good stuff. Jeff Gerky with us. I don't know how you got in charge of this. I guess that's my last question. How did you become this?
Well, my dad's Bill Gerky. He's a Hall of Fame coach in the state of Florida. And I grew up, my dad would win 10, 12 games, make it to the state championship, and we're painting houses over the summer. Why is he doing that? You know, he's winning games, he's putting kids in college, and he's struggling to pay the bills in the summer. And so I always stuck with me. I love doing this. It's what I've always done. I grew up on the sidelines. Like, I've been all over the state watching football games as long as I can remember. There's nothing else I want to do. But I saw him struggle for years. He's in year 50. He texted me on Monday, year 50.
Wow.
Can you believe it? And he's never made more than he made when he started. started, in the late 70s, and he's still making the same amount.
It's crazy.
That hasn't changed. That's impossible.
Yeah.
Every job, even teachers, have made a significant increase in their pay. But yet, as a head football coach, you're lucky if you make $5,000.
Yeah.
And the responsibilities we have now, it's 10 times what it used to be. You used to, you start in August, you're done when you're done, and see you next summer. Now it's year-round. And so just seeing that, if there was a way for me to find a way to help, and if I'm in it, this is year 18 for me, coaching and teaching, if I can help the profession that one day my kids or kids that I've coached want to get into this and they can sustain it and support themselves and their family, then I can leave that legacy, and hopefully before my dad gets out of coaching, he's going to see this come to fruition. That's what motivates me. And so, obviously being who I am and my name, I applied to be a part of this, and I was in Jacksonville. They were looking for someone in the North Florida region. I've got connections in Pensacola and throughout the state. So it was a good fit. It's extra work, but it's if somebody's got to do it, every guy in this room would find the time if they were offered the same position.
Yeah, hey, sports are important on a lot of different levels, so we got to keep our coaches and people. That number's amazing.
And I've coached girls lacrosse, I've coached girls weightlifting, and all these guys have done that too.
Absolutely.
And if we don't fight for those sports as well, then it's all for nothing.
Yeah. Well, how'd you get to Clay, man? And how are the Blue Devils?
We're going to be all right. Me and my wife wanted to move back to Jacksonville. I was here in 2018 and 2019. I was with Sully at Ed White, and then I went to Baker County the next year. And my wife got a job in Nashville, and we moved up to Tennessee for a few years, and we just wanted to come back. And it was a great opportunity. I have some connections at Green Cove with some guys that coach other sports just from, being around. And the job opened, and me and Kyle are friends, and, it just happened that I got the job, and I'm hitting the ground running. It's going to be a total change at Clay. It used to run the ball, power, get after it and play defense. We're going to throw the ball around. The last year I was a head coach at Gulf Breeze 2 years ago. We led the state in passing, and that's what I'm trying to bring to Green Cove Springs. So it's going to be a culture shock, but the kids are excited. We've got almost 90 kids out. There's kids that are, just waiting to see what we can do on Friday nights.
Clay's a cool place, isn't it?
It's an awesome place. It's a very football-hungry area. So if I can bring back some excitement, there's a tradition there. There's the expectations there. The kids don't shy away from it. They just needed, a little bit of a change, I guess.
Yeah. One last one. Appreciate you taking a lot of time. The 90 players. You have some talent on that, right? You got the numbers. How about the talent? Give us a little bit.
We got some players. We got a small senior class, but we got some really good players that have been. They were on the team that won 10 games in 2020. They were freshmen. Our running back Nehemiah Bailey ran for 1,000 yards last year. He's back. Javian Cobbert, Parker Dykes, Landon Chadwick. All these guys have been playing on the varsity since their freshman year. But then the underclassmen are where we're starting to get in some guys, that are going to play big time college football. Jay Sean and Dalen Brown is a big-time receiver. Landon Martin started 10 games as quarterback last year. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. He's going to be as good a quarterback as there is around here, only going to be a junior. Jay Sean McLeod started as a freshman at middle linebacker, had some family things. He had to move out of state and came back, and he might be the biggest recruit in our area because he's 6'3", playing middle linebacker at 240 pounds. And then his cousin actually is A.J. Bivens, only going to be a sophomore. Big-time nose guard, already has a bunch of offers, 6'2", 320, big old kid. And we've got more and more kids coming out. So, hopefully we do what we're supposed to do. The talent will keep coming into Green Cove Springs and Clay High School.
Put them on the linebacker list. We've got a lot of good linebackers in the area this year. I was checking those out. That's kind of an unusual position to be really loaded in,
and, talking to these college coaches, it's the hardest position for them to find right now.
Really?
Because a lot of times now they want to go play H-back. So that big kid that used to be your 6'3", 220-pound middle linebacker is trying to play H-back because he can catch the ball for touchdowns because everybody's throwing it. So, Jay Sean showed up, and I got another good linebacker, Cade Williamson, big old kid, and I'm like, I haven't had linebackers look like this in 6 years.
Yeah.
And you look around this room, and there's a bunch of those kind of kids. So maybe it's coming back. Everything's cyclical. Now I see guys line up in I formation now. It's like, we could go back to wing T. What are we doing? We'll get wishbone this year, I'm sure. But everything's cyclical in football. But it makes me glad because I was a middle linebacker, so seeing a big old kid that wants to play on defense and that's a good thing. But, there are some really good – there's a lot of talent in Jacksonville. A buddy of mine got the job as an analyst at Georgia Tech, and they're trying to divide it up, have 2 guys take Jacksonville because there's so much talent.
Unbelievable. Talent's unbelievable. Jeff, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
All right. And we'll see you on the sidelines.
Absolutely.
All right. That's Clay High School football coach and obviously big advocate for what's going on in high school sports with Jeff Gerky there for the Blue Devils. That was interesting stuff on the coalition. I've seen a lot of that. We've talked a lot about that. We've heard a lot about that. And it's great to have them there doing. It looks like they're making some waves as well. We're going to have to take a break in a minute or two, but let's get let's roll through some coaches who have been waiting before we hit a break, Rob. And I'll try to keep the interviews a little shorter for them so they can get out of here. You're not going to be able to hear me too well. I got to fix the headset.
Okay.
Like I told Coach, I was like, this is when the headsets go bad on the sideline right now.
Yeah, we'll make do.
How you doing, man? Donovan Maslin from Reigns. The Vikings back? Bigger and better than ever, or what?
Bigger and better, faster, stronger. Just all the above.
How much talent do you have this year? Obviously, coming off a state runner-up, you had plenty of it last year. You feel pretty good again this season?
Yeah, we definitely feel pretty good on both sides of the ball. Majority of our defensive line come back. They're strong, fast, very agile in space. The wide receiver core is a little bit smaller than last year, but we're a lot faster than last year at that position. A lot of explosive playmakers that can, stretch the field and make some plays happen in open space. And, the trigger man is back. Timothy Cole II is back, so that's always a plus. And then we have a dynamic backfield with Tadarius Washington, Tyshawn Haynes, and Zaylin Martin. We have a strong backfield that we feel good about. And then, ultimately it's going to be up to our offensive line and D-line to make sure the team is going in the direction we need it to go in. So,
what did the run last year do from a motivation standpoint? Do you feed off that? Is that a momentum thing? How do you look at it? Chip on the shoulder, momentum? Where does it fall?
Well, the thing about it, you have to look at it and say, yes, we had a pretty productive season, with the talent that we did have. And, now it's about, that was last year, so what is this team going to be about? So it's almost like we're finding a new identity. Of course, the kids who was on the team last year has that chip on their shoulder. They understand that we were better than what we put out there in that state championship game, and they want to go out and they want to prove it. And they've been working very hard to make sure that we can, go back and, ultimately try to win.
I know ideally you're good on both sides of the ball, and you guys might be. But do you look at a season sometimes you're like, hey, we're going to lean on this side of the ball, and do you have a feel of which side that might be for you guys?
Not yet, because it's very competitive in practice, and the talent on both sides of the ball is kind of equal. So
that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. But we ultimately hang our hat on defense. We know that offense sells tickets, but defense wins championships. So I would say defensively we're going to hang our hat. Defensively to get shutouts, get big-time stops, get the ball back into the offensive hands. So if you have a great defense, you're putting yourself in a great situation. And I really like how the secondary has been preparing this offseason. We knew that was an area that we needed to focus on this offseason. And, we got a couple of guys in. And, their mindset and how they approach the game, their attention to detail is really rubbing off on some of the kids, and we can see a major difference in how they approach practice, and they want to be the best group on the team. So, one
last one for you. You've done a great job. You've been there now for a bit. Where have you evolved as a coach? How much better are you right now, or as you sit going into this season than maybe a handful of years ago?
I would say, just better with handling things off of the field that a lot of people on the outside don't see, dealing with paperwork and dealing with recruiting, just any curveball that is thrown, taking it full on and, not panicking, just staying calm in the moment. And I think in that area I've grown since 2020 until now. That was a very, very, trying year, but, learning from that has prepared me for the years that came after. And, I'm just excited just to, always humble to be in this position, never take it for granted, and just always trying to keep the program where it is and always trying to take it to bigger and higher heights.
I know all those alums has to be excited about Reigns football. We're excited to watch you play. Donovan Maslin, thanks, man. Have a good season.
All right, thank you, buddy.
All right, Reigns runner-ups in the state. and we'll get back at. They'll be one of the teams to watch this year for the entire area. I mean, you think about Mandarin and Trinity, right, and Bowles and Rains is in that scope as well. And right next door is the Ribault Trojans, and Mike Hunter joins us. I know you're not going to be able to hear very well, so hopefully you can hear me through the headset. Back at it again. We got some stability here at Ribault.
Yes, sir. Actually, 2 years of being displaced. I mean, you know, we were kind of like trying to settle our feet and kind of building the program back up and moving in the right direction.
All right, where's the school at? Are we getting in it? Where field, all that? Where is that all at?
The field is done. The new school is actually built on top of the old school. Right now, we're not clear all the way back into the field house.
Okay.
But, you know, like we're getting there.
But so it'll feel like home.
Yeah. I mean, we're right next door at the middle school, so like literally the proximity is. I mean, we're so close to each other, so we're able to kind of move back and forth with a little ease. So.
Yeah, and if you don't know, they've been rebuilding, obviously, Ribault High School, but they've got a new turf field as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful.
You got to be excited about that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, we kind of do night practices because of the weather. But, you know, turn the lights on, and the kids was just, like, excited how it looks and everything like that. So, I mean, like, you know, it's a great feeling out there right now.
Yeah, you guys look sharp, too, by the way. I like the lid.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a good one. I don't know if that's you're the design team.
No. Actually, this actually came from our new head baseball coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, I like it because it looks like a cross.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, it's good. It's very good. So tell us about your team. With all this, I mean, there's been so much movement for you guys, and that usually coincides with movement of players, which you've had to battle through. Where are you guys at from a number standpoint, talent standpoint?
Well, I'll say this. You know, when I took the job, before I took the job, you know, we had kids exit out of Ribault left and right. I mean, you know, they made decisions that was best for them. No harm, no foul. But I could truly say that the kids that stayed, you know, we played young last year. Like, you know, we had a lot of sophomores, we had a lot of freshmen, we had juniors. I think I only had probably about 12 seniors that actually started, you know, between both sides of the football. And we knew that going in, we had to build off that. Now our numbers are up to over 90, in between 90 to 100 kids.
Oh, great.
So the numbers are back up. You know, we actually have a good core foundation with the kids that was there, that stayed. We didn't lose much in the off season, so and we focused on the weight room. I come from an era where, hey, look, we gonna lift some weights. So you know, I kind of joke with my team. And I tell them, I say, you know, I'm still the strongest Avenger. So, like, you know, I get in there with them and you know, lift weights. My assistant head coach, actually, you know, we all get in there and we grind with our kids. So.
Yeah, well, you look like it, by the way, too. You look like you're putting up a lot of weight there. Have you seen that pay dividends already, the weight room? Do you see that? I mean, is that a pretty tangible thing?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, night and day. Some kids don't even look the same. Like, if you saw us last year and then you see that same kid this year, you can clearly see the physicality and how they look from 1 year to the next. So.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're building something?
Yeah,
and that foundation is kind of now laid with the numbers going up and everything else?
Absolutely. You know, I can say this, that, you know, we're excited. The community is excited. School is excited. Teachers are excited. So principal is excited. AD, everyone's excited over there. And, you know, we're just trying to make sure that we stay on that foundation and continue to go. And it helps when your school's an A school, too.
That's awesome.
So
that's a lot of good things happening, so you can feel that. That's a good energy. That's a good vibe. Let me leave you with this. You think people are sleeping on Ribault? Will you surprise some people, or is there more respect out there than I'm giving credit to? How do you guys feel?
I want them to stay asleep. So, you know, like, look, I'm a person. I'm not on social media. I don't boast and brag about my team like that. I tell the kids, you know, let's focus on the work, because, you know, regardless of how it may look outside, the work never stops. So, yeah, you could be on social media, you could talk back and forth with people, but you still got to come in every day and punch in that clock and work and grind and get better to get where you want to go. And that's kind of what was instilled in me, so that's what I'm trying to impart in those kids. So.
That's a good message. Mike Hunter, Ribault High School.
Yes, sir.
Good luck, man.
All right, thank you.
All right, look forward to seeing you on that good-looking field.
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. Let's hit a break, Rob. I know we've got a lot going on. If we want to throw that other camera up and show people what's happening, get off me would be fine. But there you go. We can see some of the festivities happening. People aren't just stopping by here, but they're also taking pictures and having some fun, and then playing Madden and playing ping pong and golfing, and I don't even know what the heck's going on the other floors as well. So let's do this. Let's hit a break. We're going to get Catric. Maybe we should get Catric on real quick because he's about to stop by. Okay, he's going to stop by. We will get him quick. I don't want to keep him waiting. I got to get to a break in a moment, but we'll do this. We'll get Catric on real fast. We won't keep him long. C4 at Fletcher. Golly, I was just asking. Headset's going to be all messed up. Just ignore it. But I'm trying to do the math. You're 4? Fifth? Why do I keep missing a year on everybody? Next guy I guess on, I'm going over. Year 5?
Year 5.
Man, that means you're still having fun if you're still doing this.
Definitely having fun, but I love this group of kids I got this year. So
why so?
It's the best team I done had. Just the brotherhood in it all with these kids, man. They do so much stuff off the field together. They go fishing together. This a great bunch, and even our off-season workouts being amazing. Having 50 to 60 kids from the point we didn't make the playoffs in November to the point we started on July 28th for the regular season was amazing. And this group on and off the field, just a great group of kids.
Wow, how about that, Catric Fasin? I shouldn't assume that you know from Fletcher High School, but, and of course, former Florida Gator, NFLer, I think you know the name, but Fletcher High School. Do you think you just get lucky in something like that where the team bonds, or is that something you guys have laid the foundation for the last handful of years?
I think it's the foundation because this group been around since freshman, and most of them played varsity, even though they didn't get much playing time. They was around the from the beginning, and they been see what we trying to push, and getting rid of the bad apples and all even with the parents, man. This group of parents not toxic. Is man, everybody's on one accord from the parents to the kids. And what I did this year that I'd never done was, as soon as we lost in November. Didn't make the playoffs. Late November, I had a parents meeting about the expectations of the following year, and man, the parents been on board, and man, just the kids have been unbelievable.
That's got to be fun for you because you know this sport. The thing you miss the most are those relationships, those fun teammate moments, probably, right? Scoring touchdowns is good too, but you miss those when you play sports. So to coach a group that looks like they're together and enjoying each other must be fun for the staff.
It's definitely fun for the staff, and even at our practice last night, man, we saw they was being competitive, but they was having fun. And the good thing about these kids, man, they hate to let each other down. Yeah. You don't get that in this day of era. I call it the selfish. This is the selfish era. Everybody's about me, but this group of kids is like, since they done been around each other all off season for up to 6 hours a day after school, man, these kids like, man, we're brothers. I can't let this person down. If somebody get tired doing a run, they try to cheer them up, and you're like, you know what? I got to do it. And then my boys apologize to each other. You never get that. Like, you hear it all, man, I'm sorry. I won't let you down again. So, man, I love this group of kids, and I think it's going to make out for a great season for us because of it.
All right, so that's all the behind-the-scenes stuff, or at least the chemistry. But you said you think it's your best team. So you got some good football players.
Yeah, I got some amazing football players. Having a receiver that's committed to Iowa. Iowa don't come here often for receivers. So I got a receiver committed to Iowa. Having a 6'2", 6'3" cornerback committed to UCF. A kid, Josh Jones, transferred in, and Reggie Barlow offered him, and he committed to Reggie Barlow at Tennessee State.
Cool.
Having a left tackle committed to Wagner. Actually just got a kid that's a 6'1" corner that just came over. He's going to be a college kid. Man, every spot that we needed to have filled is filled, but most importantly, our trench play is unbelievable. Yeah. And having big trench play in high school, kids that's 6'4", 305 that can move, that can block. It's hard to find.
Oh, yeah.
We got at least 7 of those guys.
Wow.
And then
what are you guys eating out at the beach?
Hey, and then I got a D line. I got a D line that we got 10 starters. We rotate team. So everybody's fresh by the end of the game. And I always tell people it's crazy. My sleeper pick, he's not committed yet, but my sleeper player who I'm looking for a big year is Justin Garrard. He got hurt last year, 4 games in, but Justin done put that work in. His dad put him on 3-a-day practices this whole all season. Kid's been working his butt off, and just having hungry kids, and even though Justin started before, he's hungry as if he never played before.
Wow.
And that's what makes this team special. I got players like that.
That's pretty cool to hear. I was going to ask you about Justin because David Garrard's son, obviously former Jags quarterback, and we've watched that young man grow up, and, man, he's a big dude. He's walking around here. He's a big guy. I mean, he's bigger than Dad. He is a big guy, but he did get hurt. And then he was a big kid young.
Yep.
So you got to kind of find your body. But the way I just saw him when he was walking around, it looks like he found his body, doesn't it?
He definitely found his body, and Dad, like I say, been putting him on them 3-day practices.
Yeah.
Went old school on him. And the crazy thing is he's super athletic, and that's what a lot of people don't know. And, man, Justin's bringing it's been a different Justin this year.
That's cool. Very good stuff. One last thing, schedule. I'm assuming it's pretty good.
It's always, I'm gonna make it challenging.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the goal is to get ready for the playoffs. So we got the nieces of the worlds. Got Takoi in the kickoff classic. We got Trinity, Mandarin, First Coast, and Oakley for in our district. And then Flagler was a 9-1 team last year. Made it to the 3rd round of playoffs. Got Flagler on the schedule, and I try to make it as hard as possible. I feel like, hey, if you got a good team, no matter who you put on the schedule, you can win games. So
yeah, you'll find a way.
Let's get ready for the playoffs.
All right. Catric Fasin, thanks, man.
Thanks
Great
for having
to see you.
Yes, sir.
C4 Fletcher High School sounds like they're going to be pretty good. It'll be fun to watch, and a lot of talent. Man, the trenches, his eyes light up about the trenches, and I can see why, because if you're that good in the trenches, or you feel like you are, and you have that many guys in the trenches, in high school, you're off to a really nice start. Let's do this. Take a break. We'll come back and taking a look at High School Media Day with Baker Sports and Jaguars Prep. What a day. I mean, look at this. Look at the way they do it. We'll be inside that stadium for the scrimmage. First time on that grass for the Jacksonville Jaguars later tonight. So much happening here, a lot of fun, and we've got a lot more interviews to get to. Thanks for being a part of it today. A little bit different of a show, really celebrating the high school sports scene and the high school football scene in Jacksonville, which is just amazing, but it leads into the scrimmage tonight. We'll talk a little bit more about what we might see here tonight on the field with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament, but this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display
to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion.
After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone.
The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call.
Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
All right, what the heck else is going on here today? High School Sports Media Day, Baker Sports, Jaguars Prep, there you can see it. That's a look inside Everbank Stadium, and we will be there tonight. Of course, we're at the stadium all day. Right now we're in the club level area and on 3 floors and just having some fun talking to high school coaches. If you're wondering where the players are, if you've been with us all day, the players are actually off to my left. Noah Schlitzup. He's doing a bunch of interviews over there. Stuart Weber roaming around. He's helping pull coaches and players in. We've got Olivia Tassley. She's there you go. There's Noah right now. What do we got? Some Reigns Vikings, it looks like. So Noah's doing the interviews, and we'll have those up on our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network in due time before the high school football season. And then there's Liv. Rob, if we can get a shot of where Liv's taking us or somebody's taking us. I don't know. It looks like we've got a static shot out there at Everbank, and I think I see somebody else on behind the scenes. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving you too much. But we've got shots all over the place, it looks like right now, to showcase what's happening here at Everbank Stadium. And it's just a fun day. It's a fun day to get kind of reacclimated, if you will, with the high school sports scene. We've been so locked into the Jags and everything going on in the offseason, and now you're like, okay, let's find out who's who and what the star players are and what the big storylines. And by the way, the 15th, which is 2 weeks from today, Georgia will actually play. Like, they'll be starting up for real. We'll have the jamborees, the preseason games. The 22nd, we get going with week 1 of the regular season. The Friday night blitz starts on August 15th with a preview show and then our normal blitz. And then on the 29th is when we unveil and unleash our Friday night zone blitz, which we debuted last year with the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. It was basically the red zone channel for high school. We go 4 hours, 8 till midnight. And then new this year, we're adding our game of the week on like a separate channel so you can see the entire thing, not just a peek in at plays, but we will show the entire thing. And Noah Schlitzum actually is going to call those games, and we're beefing it up even more. We love our high school football, man.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
How are the Ed White Commanders?
We're having a good summer so far, so yeah, we should have a good year.
What year is this for you? I've been guessing, and I've been undercutting everybody. So I'm going to go like year 6 for you.
This is year 7.
Dang, I did it again. I did it again.
Yep.
Man, time's flying. I can't keep up. I must be getting old.
Yeah,
7 of them, huh?
Yeah. Yep. So
did you take over right for Sully?
Sullivan.
Right after Sully?
Uh-huh.
Man.
Yeah, so he's been out of it for a while now.
Well, I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that, but gosh, I just didn't know you'd been there now 7 years.
Yep.
When you've been that time, we've talked to a lot of coaches who've been like 4 or 5 years.
Uh-huh.
You also meet a lot of coaches new, and they're starting the programs.
Yeah.
But like, how do you feel where your program is at? And like, is it where you want it to be? Because the other stuff's cyclical, right?
Yeah.
The players, how much talent you have, you can't control those things.
Yeah.
But is the program where you want it?
It is. Well, it's not where I want it to be yet. You always want to compete for a state championship.
Yeah.
And you get in to win at a high level and get kids off to the next level. But we've been pretty consistent over the last couple of years. So we've made it to the playoffs for 5 consecutive years. And we have a very good chance, if things go as I kind of expect them, for it to be a 6th year in a row. So and I think we're at a level or at a stage right now where we could at least compete for a region championship. So make some noise in the playoffs, or at least push some of those teams that are playoff teams in our region.
I don't even think I introduced you, Lawrence Johnson from Ed White, but why do you feel like you can do those things this year? Is it you have older guys, you have you got nice talent in key spots, you're good in the trenches? What do you think?
So we have some talented players, but the thing that's different about this year is we have so many returning players, or players who have a lot of experience. So last year, people always ask me about the transfer and stuff like that. We were hit hard with the transfer bug last year. So we lost like 6 or 7 starters, and it forced us to play probably more freshmen and sophomores than we ever had before. And really, I think we're going to reap the benefits of playing some of those guys early last year. And we still had a great year last year. We made it to the second round of the playoffs. We were able to win the district. But many of those same guys are coming back, and they're a little bit hungrier, and they're a year older. Their body's a little bit more developed. And I think that can kind of catapult us to the next level.
What are you doing at quarterback? Is King still there?
Yes,
he is there. Okay,
yep.
King Boylston. I thought I heard a rumor where he left, and that's why I was curious.
Okay.
He's still a young guy. What is he?
Yes, he's going into his junior year. Yep.
Yeah, so that's nice. He had a lot of playing time last year for you. He's one of those guys you're talking about.
Yes, he is. So he actually finished, I think, number 5 in our class, so class 4A in passing last year. So to have an experienced quarterback coming back takes care of a lot of problems.
So will you – I always think of Ed White and I think of running the football. You guys have had a lot of backs over the years.
Yes.
But I think now him – I mean, do you feel like are you now a throw-it football team? Or I know you want to be balanced, every coach would say. Like, how do you look at it?
I won't go to the step of a passing team, but we're pretty balanced. Like he was our first 2,000-yard passer, and I'm not even sure if we've ever had a 2,000-yard passer.
You're probably right.
Yeah, and if it was probably sometime in the 80s, because it hasn't been any time recently. So he's the first one who's done it. If not ever in a really long time. And it does allow us to have some balance. Like we do have, and we are blessed to have a lot of big backs who are physical and guys who can really run the ball. So we are trying to maintain that balance, and we always want to have a physical style of play on offense, but we also can put the ball up and make some plays in the passing game as well.
How quick does a high school coach know if you're pretty good? Does it take, like in the NFL, we asked this question like with the Jags, right? We actually asked it this week on our show. We said, all right, how long will it take to know where you are? And like we said, I don't know, with this Jags team, it might be 5 or 6 weeks. Well, you can't do that in high school. I mean, that's too late probably. I mean, do you know now going in, by the end of camp, 3 games in, how do you feel?
Well, you have some base expectations on the players you got coming back, and kind of have an idea of what the other teams have coming back as well. But we like to try to test ourselves early, and we start off with Trinity Christian right off the bat.
Okay.
And, I mean, they're right in the same neighborhood, maybe even the closest school to us.
Yeah.
And they're a traditional power, so we'll find out week 1 what we got.
What that looks like you'll be able to figure out,
yes.
right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big test right away.
So we got that right away, and then we got a bye, and then it's still kind of hard to tell because it's early in the season, so you don't want to put too much into one of those early season games, but it really does give you a good idea if you can play some really good teams early on.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the ways, but honestly, with just experience, you have a pretty good idea just watching them practice, the talent that you have in certain positions, and just watching them execute and practice every day.
Let's wrap with this about the Ed White Commanders. Lawrence Johnson, football coach coming in 7 years ago. Lawrence Johnson right now, how much better of a coach are you?
I think I've grown a lot over this time. I've had a lot of different experiences in my coaching career, not necessarily a bunch of different places that I've been, but it's just things you see, how to interact with players a little bit more. So I think I'm growing in a lot of different areas, and because of that, and adapting to a lot of the things. Like we got transfers a little bit more rampant and things, so I'm trying to stay up with the times. The kids are talking me into social media videos and all kinds of stuff, because I'm naturally a pretty conservative guy, so I don't like all of the flashy stuff and trash talk and stuff like that. But the players like to do it. They like to do front flips when they're playing 7-on-7, and I can't stand it. But like I said, I'm adapting with the time, and I think I'm in a good place. So I've grown over time, and I still have a long way to go to get better. I still feel like I'm a pretty young guy, even though this is my 19th year coaching.
Wow.
But I'm kind of rolling with the punches and seeing how things go.
That's pretty good insight.
Yeah.
And by the way, the kids, I don't know if I think everybody at that age always wants to have fun, but it feels like the kids are a bit more vibrant now and want to, it's their way of having fun.
Yes.
We got to get by that first barrier of what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I know. My coaches would have told me, you run into the end zone and you toss that ball to the official. And I mean, that's what I grew up with. So those are kind of my beliefs. And I see it, and it like irks me a little bit, but I'm like, they're young, they're having fun.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. I'm telling myself all the time, don't say anything. Just let it go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Lawrence Johnson, Ed White, have a great season, man.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. I keep missing on the guesses. This week, having some fun. They're doing some dancing there on that other screen. Hang on a second. I'm going to turn this up a little bit more. Oh, let's see if that works. I think hopefully that will work a little bit. But there you get a look. I think right there that is the Madden area. So they're playing some Madden over there. That's on this floor. There's some mini golf. There's some ping pong. And the Madden. And Coach, I don't know how good you are at Madden. I don't play Madden. But I think I could beat the kids at ping pong. I got that, and probably the golf.
Yeah, I was having to teach the kids. So my father was a professional golfer, so I had to show him the way on the putting green. Yep.
How about that? So you picked football and not golf, or can you play a little too?
I play a little bit, but when I turned 13, my dad asked me. He gave me the ultimatum of, hey, you're either going to do this seriously or you're going to go play football or basketball. And I went to football and basketball.
Yeah, well, you're a pretty tall guy, so the basketball probably worked out as well. Kevin Doling, is it?
Yes, sir.
Doling,
Yes, sir.
at Tokoi Creek, new head coach at Tokoi Creek. We were talking in the break. He was at PK Young as a head man a few years back. Been at Tokoi under Coach Harbison for the last couple years as the OC. So that's a nice, seamless transition, I would hope, for you guys, a little easier than somebody kind of coming in from the outside for the kids. Have you felt that?
Yeah, so the kids had a general idea of how I was going to handle my business as the head coach. They've seen me work for the last 2 years, and I can be a little fiery, a little spicy. They had to. There was a touch of an adjustment period those first couple of weeks in spring, but they figured it out pretty quick, and it's been pretty smooth sailing ever since.
So what do you have? You know a lot about your team, obviously. At least the kids that are returning. Do you have a lot of kids returning? Some experience, and what do the newcomers look like?
You know what? Honestly, there's a lot of production to replace. Whether it's been graduation to the transfer portal, we have a 4-year starter at quarterback who's now moved on to college football. Our 2-time leading rusher and 2-time leading receiver. They have both found greener pastures at new schools. So there's a lot of production to replace, but what we are replacing in those positions is with a lot of talent. Some youth. Again, we are going to be limited in the reps, so they're going to have to figure it out pretty quick. They're going to be thrown into the fire, and we're going to see how they handle it. But they're talented, that's for sure.
That's good. And you got a lot of talent down in St. Johns County. You can kind of recuperate some of that talent in a hurry. That's why I think they'll receive Santiago, right? He went down to St.
Julio is at St. Aug, yeah.
He's a good player.
Phenomenal.
So is that exciting for you to see the new talent come in and try to, where can I take this?
Yeah.
Is that kind of the view as a coach, and it sounds like a play caller?
Yeah, so it's tough. You go through that phase of darn, you don't want to lose what you consider to be your more talented football players. If you're able to produce the way Julio Santiago was able to produce, it's tough to replace that. He's a phenomenal guy to be around and coach, but again, he's moved on, and seeing the guys step up into that position and be as enthusiastic for the opportunity, that's been fun for us for sure.
Yeah, what does the staff look like with you? Is it a lot of the same folks as well?
Yep, a lot of the same folks. We've added some key positions. We're up to about 18 guys on the staff right now. A lot of guys who have been there, been able to give us a lot of their time over summer so far. We're practicing in the morning, so it's not always as easy. But we got a large group of coaches who are really, really good, smart guys. So it's been a good situation for us.
Yeah, the cool thing about Tokoi is you usually don't worry about numbers. My guess is you got them.
Yeah, we're up to 162 between the 3 football teams.
Wow.
Right, so we do a freshman team, a JV, and a varsity, and we are up to 162, 161 after this morning.
Wow, that's hell, that's fun. Huh? Tough practice yesterday.
This morning was hot, and some people didn't handle it all that well.
How much attrition is there this time of year? Do you lose guys because of that in the spring and summer, or do you lose them right now at camp? I figure almost if they make it to this point, they're probably going to gut it out. That summer kind of sucks sometimes, doesn't it?
So the summer is difficult, because we do so much. We have the kids for almost 4 hours a day during the summer, so it's a lot. But the pace that we do it at is a touch easier. Once we get into this mini camp, the first 2 weeks before school starts, I'm pretty aggressive for these first 2 weeks. So we're high flying and moving around as fast as we can. We're not doing any contact right now, so the pace that we move at is pretty high speed, and you're going to see some fallen soldiers every once in a while.
Yeah, you got if you're playing some of those St. Johns County schools, I'm assuming you are. You got probably a pretty good schedule. What are the expectations for you, realistic ones coming into year one as you try to, I guess, continue but also build it your own way?
Yeah, so there's 2 ways I can answer that. I'm realistic. I am very aware of the fact that we have 2 top 25 teams in the state in our district. Nice and Buchholz are phenomenal football teams, and so they are both in our district. We know what that looks like from last year. I don't think their teams have changed all that much, so I know what to expect there. And then you look at outside of our district, we still play Bishop Kenny. We play teams like Menendez, who went to the playoffs. Yeah. There's Oakleaf is walking around here. They're a terrifying good football team. So we get to finish that season, our senior night on Halloween with them. So that'll be interesting for sure. A lot of talented football teams in this area. It's fun to compete at a high level. But again, I think our goal is always to go 1-0 every game. It looks like we have a new friend joining us today. Hello.
Steal the interview. We stay there the whole time.
No, you got it. You look better than me on camera.
Way better to look at than me, man.
Yep.
You just take a nap.
Getting some table stretching in. There you go.
I might be doing that by the end of the day.
There you go. Yeah, I got to get the hams.
How hot are you?
Oh, you know they're sweating.
How hot are you? Get him some water.
Yeah.
Get Jackson some water. You were just telling us about the schedule. What's it like playing in St. Johns County? Because you think big football atmospheres, and I mean, really, that's where it is. I mean, you can go to some other places around town too, in Jacksonville, but just about everywhere you go now in St. Johns County, you're going to see a fun Friday night.
Yeah, so I've spent the last 2 years in the box. And so being up top and being right above the stands and seeing our student section off to my left and the traditions that we have where we turn the lights off at the end of the third quarter and everybody's phones up and we're headbanging and having a good time. The experience and the atmosphere at Tokoi Creek on a Friday night is phenomenal. I'm super excited to continue to try and grow this tradition, this program. There's a lot of fun things that we do. The next thing that we need to do is start making the playoffs and start making runs.
Yeah, and get to that next
Yes,
level.
sir.
All right, before we let you go, give us a couple guys to keep an eye on. Who are you going to lean on?
So this year, we are really excited. He's limited in reps, but I think he's a phenomenal talent at quarterback. His name's Lucas Whitworth. He is a very, very talented football player. Replacing a Division I tight end, Xander Erasmus. All right, we're going to replace him with a guy named Grayson Bice. Coming off of a couple of knee injuries, but he's a super talented kid. Again, he's going to have to pick up the pace because, he hasn't gotten as many reps as he's needed to in the last couple of years. And then we have a ton of talent at receiver. Today with us, we have Zach Lloyd and Brighton Baker, both seniors who are phenomenal football players. And then you'll also see a couple of defensive backs who might end up getting a couple of touches in the return game and in some gadget stuff. Javaris Rickerson's a phenomenal basketball player who's decided to come out and play some football this year for us as well. And then Rotley Kimona as well. He's a priority soccer and track guy. But, again, he had experience on the football field. I recruited the hallways a little bit and made sure he came back out for his senior year, and he had a great spring, an even better summer. We're really excited for him.
Yeah, recruiting those hallways, that's an important thing.
Yes,
all right, give me best round that you had.
Oh, man, I have shot an 82. I haven't broken into the 70s yet.
All right, you're getting there.
I'm unfortunately, my father and brother, they're both way better than I ever was, so I'm running up the back of it.
That's all right. Hey, go break 80 somewhere.
That's
Good golf around here, obviously. Thanks,
yes,
man.
Sir. Thank
Good
you,
luck.
Appreciate you.
Great to meet you.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you. And Tokoi Creek, it's a good spot down there now, much like everybody. Beachside and East and Creekside and Barsham Trail. St. Aug down there. Menendez really coming off a nice year, too. And there's a lot of competition. That's Kevin Doling. Takes over for Coach Harbison at Tokoi Creek. All right, we continue here at Baker Sports High School Media Day in conjunction, of course, with Jaguars Prep, and our entire Action Sports Shacks team is out here as well, and we are all over the place. We've got cameras all over the place. Hey, Rob, I don't know if you get a chance, but just to showcase to the folks at home some of the things going on, we've got, like, real press conference setting down there. See, there's the shot. There's a press conference going on, and that's YKM Academy, the Ravens football team. Impact Christian set to join us in a moment. Have you guys already made your way down to the press conference table?
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, it was great. Man.
Yeah?
Everything. I love the festivities. It's great.
I mean, there's so much. There's so much to do for the kids. I mean, I know you guys probably want to get back to practice and everything, but it's a cool day.
Oh yeah, it's a great day. They got guys playing the video games. We're taking the pictures outside by the stadium. It's so much fun. Whataburger was great. The kids are loving it.
Yeah, I had one of those.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
See, they can work it off. I probably won't.
Oh.
You don't look like you have to, Jaron Nesmith.
I work out with the kids. I try to stay in shape as well.
Tell us a little bit about Impact. You guys, remind me, last year come off pretty nice season, right?
Yeah. Last year, first year making the playoffs, we did pretty well. I think we battled through adversity. We had some young guys, not a big team, but we came to play each week. Looking to be 10 times better this year. We have some key guys, and we have a lot more depth than we normally have.
And why is that? Why are just more numbers, obviously?
Well, yeah, I think because of the culture. We set a culture. I think people believing in what we're doing. I think the presence of the social medias and then the kids actually buying in and their friends seeing the growth in the kids. So I think that's helping.
Because you guys will never have like 100 kids out for football. Or what are you at?
Right now we're at 60 now.
Wow, that's pretty good.
60 now. Yeah.
I didn't think you guys would have those kind of numbers.
Oh yeah. So the school is growing. We have big plans to. The school has plans in place to build on the school when stadiums and locker rooms and
Keep
all that.
expanding.
So, yeah, so we're going to continue to expand, and I think the student body will grow with it.
What how fun is that part of it, to be like on the ground floor of some of that? What you guys do, go to the playoffs, you can feel the excitement, obviously.
Yeah.
People have bought in, want to be a part of it. I mean, it feels like there's a vibe there, right? And that's got to be great for you guys as a staff, but also everybody involved with the program, especially the kids.
Oh man, it's awesome, man. That's kind of the love of it, to see the growth. I think that's what we in it for, to see the kids grow, and I think just everything around it, the presence around it is great. I'm happy to be a part of it along with my staff. I couldn't do it without them, and also the administrators and the churches. They help a lot. So I think all those things that goes together with what we're trying to do, and it is making things a great stepping stone to continue to grow and be that prominent program that we set out to be.
Let's shout out a couple of the kids. What do you have coming back? Who are you going to lean on a little bit? Who should we keep an eye on?
Oh, man, we have Elijah Caldwell, one of our guys. He's committed to Michigan State. We have Xavier Glenn, one of our great old linemen. We have some new guys that came in, Trajan Cottle, that came from Atlantic Coast. We got a guy, Jerry on. He's a great defensive back, man. I think so. We have some guys that came in and brought in, and then we have some guys that came back that's going to help complete us. We got a couple new quarterbacks, so I think we'll be fine this year.
Give me a little bit more on Caldwell, Michigan State guy. I mean, that's pretty big coming out of Impact.
Oh man, he's one of those guys, man. It's a story that comes with him. I've known him since he was 7 years old. We've been working together, and just to see his dreams coming to fruition from all the times that he talked about being in college or going to college. And it's just to happen to see him commit to Michigan State. It's a big thing for our school and also for his family, man. It's just a blessing.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We see a lot of schools that have popped up in the landscape of Jacksonville, Impact, and others, right? It's Zarephath or I guess I don't really fully understand the landscape of it for you guys of how does that impact, or does it help or hurt? Where do you guys fit in on this whole transfer thing and losing guys and getting guys? Do you think you're a school like yours a beneficiary of it? Do you get hurt by it? Like, where do you guys sit in it?
We usually get hurt by it. For the last 2 years, we get hurt by it because we are developing some kids that was not so much of a big name, and then they end up getting pulled by a bigger school.
Yeah.
We get hurt by it, but I mean, it's just the landscape of football.
It is, yeah.
So we instead of dwelling on it, we try to work through it, and then we try to bring in kids and still continue to develop, and then try to get culture guys. So that's kind of where we is with it. But I mean, it's just the landscape of football.
Yeah, you're either on one side of it or the other.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Right about that.
Feels like a lot of folks are on this side of it, and then there's like a handful on this.
Yeah, right.
Hey, but I want to actually start a mission. You said social media. I'd like to stop. If I don't want to be the old guy, but I'd like to stop the high school kid that announces his transfer to another high school.
Oh yeah, I don't like that at all. I mean, it's still high school. I don't understand that. I mean, for the attention, I still don't understand.
Yeah,
that.
I don't get that one.
Whether you transferring out or whether you transfer to another school, I don't believe.
That's the one I see. Obviously, we're on social media a lot, and I see that one. I want to be like, take that down.
Yeah.
Take that down.
I'm with you on
That's
that.
probably get off my lawn. Coach Nesmith, appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Have a great season,
All
okay?
right. Thank you.
Good luck to Impact Christian as they get ready for the fall and play in that 3-1A with Providence and University Christian and not Crescent City. Maybe Crescent City is in that one, too. There you go. Another look here at Baker Sports High School Media Day. Hey, that's the other part of this, right? There are vendors here for, whoever's doing jerseys and helmets. I know Baker Sports does a lot of that stuff. But it looks like we've got some
on the media day
there.
or something. Yeah. That's crazy.
I think Baker Sports can help you with all of it.
Yeah.
But there are vendors that are always here, from the helmet manufacturers to others. I don't really even get to walk around much because I'm kind of sitting here for 3 hours. But we're getting a live look at a lot of it thanks to Olivia Tassley. Stuart's been running around getting a bunch of coaches in. I didn't tell you this before, but we're trying to top last year's 16 coaches that we had on the show.
I think that's up to you and how long you interview each one. If there's an empty seat, I can throw someone in an empty seat.
I know. Sometimes I go a little long. Well, I didn't realize one of the most interesting things that we did. There's been.
Did you talk to Coach Neesmith about his son playing baseball for the CCBL?
I didn't.
I thought you would.
Yeah, I didn't.
I thought you were going to.
Son is Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Jordan. Yeah, good player. Impact has
Michigan State.
Caldwell kid, Michigan State.
I know.
That's
Well, I was
pretty
talking
rare, right?
to him just about how big it is that he's staying at Impact Christian.
Yeah, that's what
in
I
this
we were
world.
talking about.
I know. It's. I was talking, and his dad was around here too, running around. So I was talking to him about it and how schools have been calling.
That's pretty cool. I bet they've
been calling for sure. But they've stand pat with the Lions, which is really cool, and it's so important for that program. For if one kid goes to a huge school like that, every other kid at the school then starts to think, well, I could do that.
Yeah.
Why not? This is Noah's best moment of the day, by the way.
Oh, we got the Creekside Knights over there.
Creekside.
You better know all these guys, Noah.
Noah's favorite part of the day.
He's going to be calling Bartram games soon, guys. He's trading out.
He's not exclusive anymore.
Noah Schlick's up, by the way, doing the interviews with the kids from Creekside. And shout out to Jackson Earl. I was talking to his dad this morning. And some of the Creekside Knights and Sean McIntyre, of course, done a great job.
All right, well, I'm not
program.
one of these 16. I got to keep it moving.
You're going to keep moving?
I'll keep it moving for you.
All right. Well, overall, pretty good. Again, we're getting the looks all over the place. I appreciate Liv and Stewart's bouncing all around. Rob's doing a great job back in the booth. Noah's over here. Chandler Dantzler we have with us today as well.
Action.
And really, we're just getting started. We've been here since, 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30. And we have a flag football media day coming up. With some of the elite players in the area this afternoon, and then right into the Jaguars scrimmage, which we've already seen the field looking good, and they've lined it and all that stuff. First time on the grass inside the stadium for the Jags.
All right. Move so Coach Bailey from Eagles View can pop on in here.
All right,
let's get Jaguars tattoo on his head. I think you should ask him about that.
Oh, we're going to ask him. Let's get him. Let's get him in. I got to be nice though. He's a lot bigger than me, so I won't cause any problems. Ken Bailey, come on down.
All right.
I think I fixed the headphone issue, too, which I'm excited about because I can hear now. Hopefully the coaches can, too.
Absolutely.
Coach, how are you, man?
Hey, how are you?
All right, well, let's wait. You got to take that.
Take the glasses
No,
off?
I don't care about the glasses. You got to show everybody the tattoo.
Oh, the tattoo. The Jaguar tattoo. Original logo.
How about that?
Yeah, so I actually got that done 2017.
Okay.
After we played the Steelers in the regular season.
All right.
That was Ben Roethlisberger's 5-interception game.
Oh, yeah, man.
Retiring
I was
afterwards.
there.
Yep. So got it done that following Monday on the news, in fact. The news came out and videoed it.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you lose a bet or something? Or was that just like
that was
I am
just
doing?
me making a decision. I said, hey, let's go. Let's get it done.
How about that? You happy about that decision years later?
Absolutely. That's why I keep it shaved.
I like it. It looks good. Looks good. Hopefully a big year now, man.
I'm excited. I'll get another one.
It will take that big a year to get another one.
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, give us a little bit of your background. Obviously, a big Jags fan, so you're a Jacksonville guy.
Absolutely. Born and raised.
And where'd you go to high school?
I played my high school ball over at Sandalwood High School.
Okay.
All right. Was out there. Coach Geis
at
that time. Maurice Wells back in those days, so 2004 era.
Okay.
From there, I went off over to Fletcher for a short period of time.
Crossed the ditch, huh?
I did. I crossed the ditch. So I got into a little bit of trouble in my younger years and decided to go the arena football route as opposed to college. So went 3 years in arena before coming back home, having kids, and then deciding to get a grown-up job and do the adulting thing. And in the process decided, you know what, how can I continue my life in football? And decided to coach.
Awesome, man. Did you play for the Sharks or did you play somewhere else?
No, I played out in Texas, San Angelo Stampede.
All right. How was that?
That was incredible.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I think the small town arena football is so cool because it's all they have, right?
Yeah.
So you go there, and I mean,
big crowds.
I got off the plane at 18 years old, and there's media around, and they're loving it, and there are pictures, and you're a star.
Yeah.
And so, it was very cool.
That's awesome. And so how do you end up at Eagles View I know that's a part of the adulting thing.
Yeah,
but
right.
How do you end up as the head coach at Eagles View?
So I have 5 children. My oldest, Lyric, is a basketball player, and we were at University Christian for the last few years. I was coaching for the middle school team there. I coached for the Pop Warner team there. And every hiring cycle, it seemed like there were opportunities coming in, but I wanted to stay where my kids were. That made the most sense. You know, that's father first, right?
Yeah.
Coach. And then some things happened where an opportunity became available at Eagles View for her, specifically my daughter in the basketball scene. And so we started to look into it. And then it felt like God was really moving us in that direction, right? Like just mountains started moving in our life that was like, hey, this is where you're supposed to go. So in the spring, I actually came over and joined the staff as an offensive coordinator, worked through that spring game, and then some things occurred during the offseason that allowed me to move up and take the head coaching position.
Good for you.
I've been in that role since about the middle of June.
Awesome, man. That's a quick transition, obviously, to
Very
get
much.
things ready. Are you ready to roll, or
we are.
a lot of moving parts there?
It's a lot of moving parts. It's been a blessing. It really has. So coming in, we were sitting at about a 24 to 26-man roster.
Wow.
At this time, we're currently at 58.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
We have exorbitant amount of growth.
That's a big deal.
It's been huge. It's been incredible. And I said I can't attribute it to anything but God. So people are calling, people are coming in, tours are getting scheduled, and I'm looking around going, look at all these guys coming in, right? We've got guys coming in from Mandarin, Rains, Harvest, Hilliard, West Nassau, just all over, transfers pouring in, and I can't attribute it to anything but God.
Well, Eagles View from a football standpoint been okay in this SSAA.
Right.
But really hadn't done a whole lot. Probably if you go all the way back to my man, the late Ryan Keith, did a great job over there as well. So it's been a bit. So you're trying to bring that back. And you guys are playing the SSAA, and I think that's probably a good fit, right?
Absolutely. So my mantra since coming in, and even before I became the head coach, the goal was to change the view, right?
Yeah.
I said it's not just a catchphrase, like this is what we're looking to do. We're going to change the view. We want to change the perception of Eagles View, right? I came from Sandalwood. I went to Fletcher, coaching at University Christian. Those programs matter, right? Yeah. So they have a history of winning or competing or sending kids to school, whatever it is. They matter. And so when I stepped in, I was very honest with the boys. I said, nobody cares. Like, how do we change that, right? How do we make Eagles View football matter? And they bought into that standard, and they have since committed themselves to another level. And like I said, with the kids pouring in, it's been incredible to see. And now we're at a point where we really are changing the view, right? Where college coaches are calling. We just received our first D1 offer.
How about that?
For a middle linebacker, Tyson
Awesome.
Callum. He received an offer from Bethune-Cookman, right? Our senior running back just received an offer from Culver Stockton. And so that's the first Division I football offer that Eagles View has gotten since 10 years.
Wow.
In a decade.
Yeah, it probably doesn't surprise me, but that's impressive. That's cool.
It's amazing.
So you got some talented kids.
Oh, we do. We expect to have a huge year.
Wow. Boy, I tell you, one of the themes, this was coming into the day. I was doing a little homework, not a lot of homework, but a little homework for this. I was like, we got a lot of good linebackers in the area.
Yeah.
And you just give us another one now. I mean, it's a weird deal. Like, usually you think, okay, you got a lot of good quarterbacks, a lot of receivers, a lot of good corners, and we've had them all in Jacksonville.
Absolutely.
But linebacker looks like a pretty stout class in Jacksonville across Northeast Florida, which is cool. That's good stuff. How do you think you're going to be? I mean, is it hard to tell when you just take over the job in June? I know the numbers are good.
Right.
You got some talent.
Yeah.
But now you got to bring this thing together. And I know the offseason's so important nowadays, right? The lifting and everything else, and you kind of miss that phase from the ground up. So how do you feel about what kind of team you're going to have?
I'm excited. Coming in, looking at it, I'm a film junkie. So coming in, I studied every bit of tape I possibly could on what went wrong last year. I think being able to be there in the spring was unique, right? It gave me a perspective of what was there currently and how they were operating, be it on the sideline, pregame, just the steps they were taking to prepare for the game. And that allowed me to see what needed to change. And so as soon as I came in, be it as a head coach or not, I knew these changes needed to be made, and we were going to make them. And so I think the real thing is they were just missing a standard, right? Like, kids crave structure, whether they want to admit it or not. They crave a standard. And typically when you set it, they'll meet it. And so we set a standard, and they began to meet it. And, I mean, they have been in their huddle. They've been in their film. They've adapted incredibly quickly to the offensive changes, the defensive changes. That defense specifically last year, they were very off, right? They kind of played off. And when I watched the tape, I said, no, this year we're an attacking defense, right? Yeah. We're not giving up yards. Like, we're not doing this. We're not accepting points, right? We're coming in and expecting to shut teams out, especially in this conference, right? And I focus on that a lot because I think that's what's going to allow us for that key turnaround, right? The fact that we are in the SSAA gives us an opportunity to go out there and have an immediate impact. They were 4-6 last year, and they still came up like one game shy of the state championship game for the Sunshine. So I look at that, and I look at the teams they played and go, this change, we win these games, and now it's a completely different ball.
Yeah, it's attainable, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That's good stuff. Ken Bailey, Eagles View. Hey, you got a lot on your plate, man. You got 58 kids out there. You got 5 at home.
Yeah, I told
Good
my
luck.
wife. I told my wife. Yeah, you didn't know we were gonna have this many kids. Huh? So,
Good luck.
We're gonna get out of here and take them to CC shortly.
Thanks for stopping by. My kids will join you. They love it.
There we go. You have a great day.
You too, man.
Thank you.
That's Ken Bailey. We continue to take a look at what's going on here at Baker Sports High School Media Day. Let's go to a break. Hit a break here. Have noon hour. More coaches still to come. A little ping pong with Jacksonville in the background, and looks like the Bulls Bulldogs getting ready to stop on by and talk to Noah at Action Sports Jacks as well. I got to believe they're pretty loaded once again. Got golf. We've got Madden. We've got ping pong. We got a little bit of everything going on. An hour to go on the Brent and Austen Show on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network. A little bit different of a show today. We'll still mention a little bit more Jags. Get you ready for the scrimmage tonight. See what else is going on around the world of sports. But high school heavy on Baker Sports High School Media Day in conjunction with Jaguars Prep, live from Everbank Stadium.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant, or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
The moment you bite into a Mason's famous lobster roll, nothing is the same. Suddenly, it's 5 a.m., and you're boarding a lobster boat in Maine, heading out to check your traps, keeping only the best, just like it's been done for nearly a century. Because you can't taste lobster this good without it changing you for good. Mason's famous lobster rolls, from the waters of Maine.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Taking a look at, well, not just me and Coach here, and I'll introduce you to him in a moment, but Everbank Stadium, and look at what a beautiful looking day. I mean, if you didn't know, it's 500 degrees out. It looks like a fantastic day, but we've got the scrimmage going on tonight, and that takes us actually to our Republic Services, RecyclingSimplified.com, recycled headlines of the day. And, well, we're at one of them with the High School Media Day, Baker Sports and Jaguars Prep. We've been here all morning. Really a fun day, but we dedicate it to high school, so appreciate you checking it out. And we'll get back to our normal show, Brent and Austen Show, 10 to 1 on Monday. And then Austen can brag about the Giancarlo Stanton and Ellie De La Cruz home run bet that he put in. He's already texted us several times. We're showing you the bank because that's where we're at, but also tonight's the scrimmage for the Jaguars. Keep an eye on Travis Hunter. Well, we already do. But tonight, really the first time it looks like we'll see him on both sides of the field in the same practice or at least same setting. So we'll see the teal jersey and flip over to a white jersey. So that's probably the big story that we'll keep an eye on tonight in the scrimmage. And obviously, it'll be good to watch football inside the bank. A week from tomorrow, the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town for the only preseason game here. And then in about a month, the Carolina Panthers for the season lid lifter for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another big story I just saw, Micah Parsons reportedly in Dallas. This thing's getting ugly, along with Terry McLaurin as well with the Commanders. So keep an eye on some of those big stories. Guys that want contracts aren't getting them right now, and where that goes, demand trade, request trade, some big NFL topics around the National Football League starting to take shape. No, I am not breaking down the Pro Football Hall of Fame game from last night. I won't do it. I don't care if Trey Lance looked good. I don't care if the Chargers beat the Lions. I just don't care. I'm not breaking down the Hall of Fame game, Coach.
I know that's right.
Is that all right? We're going to get back to high school football. I mean, we're not going to break that down.
Exactly. We couldn't even watch it because we was at practice because of this heat.
Yeah, you're practicing at night, right?
Yeah.
I think I saw that. Is that what you want to do, or is that just intentional because of the heat?
Well, no, due to the heat, we're mandated right now in Duval County. We can't practice between the hours of 11 a.m. and 7 p.m.
Oh, I should have known that. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the whole county had to do that.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, so it seemed cool because we get to get under the lights.
Yeah.
We made adjustments. We come in at 6 o'clock, and then we get to work out in the weight room. And then at 7 o'clock, when the band is up, we get on the field. And then as nightfall, we get to get on the baseball field a little bit. Good thing is my OC is also the head baseball coach.
Oh, I know.
Barr, so he allows us to tear up the field a little bit because, he love that grass. So.
Yeah. Hey, let's just tell him to lay more bunts down.
Yeah,
that's all I ever say to Barnesy, man. Just lay more bunts down. That's awesome.
We've been working out perfect, so we have to worry about Midnight Madness, but the guys get to still get out there, get under the lights. It actually brought a different element to practice, brought some more juice. and it's actually been a good thing.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's, by the way, it's smart. I think what people say, if you're watching this and you're not in Jacksonville or whatever, you're like, well, it's always hot in Jacksonville in August, late July. It is, but it's been different kind of hot the last. So this is, I mean, it's dangerous kind of hot for these guys. So it's the right move to make. Jarvis Parker takes over for First Coast High School football program. You've been there a long time. I know you've now settled into it, and everybody's asked you about now being the head coach and taking over from Marty Lee. But is it pretty cool to be the head coach at First Coast?
Yeah, it's before a lot of it was just work. So just going through the motions, kind of like what I've been doing with Coach Lee the last season. And then even before then, it was kind of like he was allowing me to do some things in the program. So this transition has been really smooth. But as I'm continuing to see the kids get better, it's starting to feel like, okay, we suddenly I can actually think about being the head coach now. Not yet though, not yet. It's still work. Getting through the paperwork, making sure everybody's eligible to get on the field. Having all the physicals and everything documented, like that's been a real big thing. So once I get done with that, we get to start hitting on Monday. So then it's going to feel like football. When I can just come in and focus on football, then it's football. I think that's going to be really good.
Well, Marty's hanging around, at the school. I don't know if is he leaving you alone right now? Is he just mowing the grass? Like, what's the deal with Marty?
Listen, there's not a better field in Duval County than First Coast football field. And that's the game field, the practice field, and all the fields at First Coast. If it's grass, he's cutting it. I told him he can cut the grass as long as he chooses. It is his. It is such a blessing, though, to still be able to have grass. Turf going, I know it's a new wave now, but think about this heat and dealing with the turf. I know it's a lot hotter there. When I was at Alabama State, our cleats used to melt. So we had good resources then, but in high school the kids don't have those resources. So having that grass, what Coach Lee does, man, is magnificent. I'm not gonna lie, like we laugh and joke about it, but him having the grass like it is, and man, it's fantastic. So I definitely love that. That's a huge benefit for me. So.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Of course, you will get turf eventually. I don't know where you are in that cycle, but you will eventually get it.
As good as he kept the field, we're probably going to be last.
Probably.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
And so he comes in, he'll check on me. Hey, Coach, you need anything? Whatever. But as far as everything football, it's on me.
Yeah, that's good. How are your numbers? What do you think of your football team?
Numbers are good. Numbers are good. I mean, it's guys coming in, not area guys, like coming from Tampa, coming from West Palm, and whatever it is, I don't know if it's social media content or what, they knock it on the door. They just say, Coach, I want to be a part of First Coast. So I love it. Some good guys came in, but the nucleus of guys that was already at First Coast, the outside of Tony today, the 6 guys we brought, Tony Kidney came in, definitely a dynamic athlete, but the other 5 guys that I brought, I was their JV head coach, right? So then I became their defensive coordinator last year. So they've been with me and they've grown with me to this point. So it's really good for me. And then, like I say, so the culture of the team itself, they love each other. When somebody come in, they pick their brother up, they help them, they show them the way, they show them the First Coast way. So the slogan, the brick by brick, has really been important because we're building it slow, but I think it can go far.
Yeah, and once those bricks get in place, you'll need them all because that district, whoo-wee.
Yeah, it's a tough district. Now you got to play. I don't forget about the times where we were the top dogs in the district, so I know what it looks like. But if you come in focused, have a good game plan, I think you'll be all right. Right, so Coach Bulock over there at Mandarin is definitely a great guy. Me and him coached together on the staff. We did some all-star games. Really great rapport with him. I know he's going to do a good job. And we've been coaching against each other as well when he was at his previous location. So he knows me, I know him. So I think that that's going to always be a good matchup. And then over there, even with Oakleaf, is going to be good. Coach Floyd does a great job. He's been building a really, really good program. But we had experience with him when he was at his previous locations
Yeah.
too. And so then, Coach Fasin, I played against him in high school.
That's awesome.
Right. So that was a good rapport. And then, he came on our staff for a while at First Coast before going over, taking care of his alma mater. So it's been pretty good. So I'm really familiar with the guys in the district. And as much as familiar I am with them, they familiar with me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, though. That's nice. I like all those connections. Hey, a lot of good teams, a lot of good people, good coaches, a lot of good players in that district, obviously. All right, man, we'll let you go. Jarvis Parker, thanks for stopping by.
Hey,
Great to see you.
Right.
Tell Barnesy, listen, if all he wants is deep shots in baseball, then give us some deep shots on the football field, too. Call him up.
I need a couple of them. I'm going to be counting on David to throw it long.
See you, man.
All right,
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, that is Jarvis Parker. Takes over for Marty Lee. Obviously just retired. Still at the school, though, and Marty's awesome. That's cool to see that transition, by the way. I knew it was coming, and then you can transition into that, and you like some of that continuity as well. Let's welcome in Sean McIntyre from Creekside. He stops by, and well, first thing I noticed last year, we had your son who's here. He's going to play a little ping pong now. He's not joined us, but I think he grew like a foot since last year. You got that?
Yeah,
you good?
I'm good, man.
Great to see you.
He was born the month we got the job.
That's amazing. How old is he?
He's going to be 9. He's
Good.
8.5.
So there you go. So you're almost a decade now?
Yeah.
At
9
Creekside.
years, 9 seasons.
It's kind of been a thing today on the show. I've been guessing how long people have been there, and I keep coming up short.
Yeah.
Like time goes, I guess, a little quicker than my mind does. It feels like one long day.
Right. The days are long, the years are short. It's
But
crazy.
that's incredible, really.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though. Is that kind of neat? We really have a lot more of that than I would think and guess. Guys that have been in places for a handful of years, 7 years, 10 years.
There has been a lot more stability with some of those guys, yes, for sure. Like, obviously there's going to be some 1 and 2 year guys, but there has been, like, St. Johns County's been pretty stable.
Yeah.
With some of the jobs. And so, and even Duval with some of the jobs. Like, it's been really good.
Yeah. How are the Creekside Knights?
Excited. So hopefully, I went to Army this winter.
Really?
And visited them and took a lot of things away. And full credit to Coach Munkin and his staff, but one of the things that I took away was in every meeting room and in every hallway and everywhere, they have a 2025 schedule printed, and the opponent says Army. And I stole that.
Word about themselves.
That's it. And I stole that from them, and I printed 30 schedules when we got back on big 3-foot by 2-foot, really nice schedules. I put it in every coach's room on campus, put it in the locker room, in the hallway at the gym, in the weight room. I put it everywhere for the kids to see. And that's what we're worried about. We're worried about us. We can't beat us, and when we're our best version of ourselves, that's all we can control. So we're just trying to be the best we can be.
You know, it's interesting. You hear that and you see, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, but we even got the new guys here in this building talking about a lot of that. We got to learn not to lose before you learn to win. Yeah. And, that's like the New England Patriots way, right? You just let everybody else beat themselves. And I would say, I mean, man, it's that paramount and, like, even more exemplary on the high school stage, right? Because every high school team is going to make mistakes.
Yes.
And some are just going to make a lot more than others if you allow them to.
Right, 100%.
And so that's a good way to do it. Now you got to get the buy-in and the kids to understand that too, because everybody also wants to make a play and always beat the guy across from them, right?
That's right. Yeah, Coach Wiles, one of my mentors, always say more high school games are lost than are won.
Absolutely.
And so that just feeds right into what you're saying for sure. Just, we started tracking this in 2019, but like in one-score games since 2019, we're like 16-3.
Wow.
And so
that's incredible.
If we can get
by the way, there have been some exciting ones.
Yeah, I think I got a few gray hairs here.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, for sure. And when we win the turnover battle, so if we can win the turnover battle, we're like 21-4.
Wow.
So, just don't beat yourself. We want to get to the game to the end and then let our ability to be better conditioned, play situational football. We do a really good job. Our coaches emphasize it, talk about it. We then practice it and develop it. We play really well situationally. So figuring out how to run in a 4-minute offense, figuring out how to stop a 2-minute drill. All of those things are critical for us.
What bothered you about last year? Maybe the most, like, what is there something that in all that, because you've been doing some of those things, hey, like, man, for some reason we didn't do it this year.
Oh man, it was crazy last year. The last 2 games were both one-score games with under 3 minutes. Against Ponte Vedra, they played phenomenally well, against us and did a tremendous job. And we won the turnover battle in that game. We also had the ball with less than 2 minutes, down by less than a score, and it was the first time in a long time we didn't score. And hats off to Coach Price, and they did a phenomenal job. They made the plays when they had to, and we didn't. And then in round one against Seminole, we scored to make it a 3-point game with 3.5 minutes to go and couldn't get a stop. And just, the way we finished, that was definitely the most, it sticks with me. Sticks with me for sure. So
what do you like about this group? Do you know yet?
So part of my trip to Army was built around the Fourth Quarter Warrior. It's a program that they do in the winter. It's not advantageous for us to do in the winter, so we actually did it every Thursday in the summer.
Okay.
It's all the kids they had to do. And in June we had 4 Thursdays. I told them if we hit all 4, there's a time component. They have to get stuff done. They could get sent back to a station. And we had more kids lose their breakfast in those 4 mornings in June than we've probably had in the other 8 years combined.
Wow.
And it was pretty heavy on the kids. It was intense, and they responded really well to it. But they stepped up. We failed one of them in June, so we actually finished July. Our last workout in July was on the beach, and we did it, and they passed. And so that was awesome. But just this group is really connected. They respond really well to adversity. Fourth Quarter Warrior put them in a lot of adversity. We took their phones at team camp. We go to their overnight team camp. I took their phones, and they connected. They're just really connected. They care about each other. And if you got that, you got a chance.
It's interesting to listen to you, and I've asked almost every coach today. One of my questions has been, how much better of a coach are you now than, say, when you got to Creekside, or how much have you evolved because the times have changed so much, right? It sounds like you keep digging, right? Going up to Army, doing some of these things. How would you answer that?
I try to. There's not a day that doesn't go by where I'm not thinking about one or two things, right? I'm thinking about my family and my wife and my kids, and I'm thinking about these kids on this football team and this football program and these coaches and the men I get to be around, and that's all I think about. And I don't think I have any of the answers. I want to find the answers to figure out what's best for Creekside every single day. How can we raise the ceiling of our program and be the best we can be? Because that's all we can control. We played pretty well against Rains last year. It was 14-7 with 8 minutes. And then the wheels fell off, and I put the 2s in, and they ran the clock up on us. But I feel good. We played about as well as we could for 38 minutes of that game. And that's all we could do. We could have played them for 9 days with the offense we had on the field. We wouldn't have scored. The offense, the defense that they were running out there. So, got ugly at the end. But, I didn't lose any sleep over that game. And we got whooped.
Yeah.
But we played pretty well for when we could. So it's just playing about us being the best version of us and figuring out. We have found some things in the last 9 years that we know are steadfast. We have to do this, but there's other areas that we're trying to grow and develop in.
All right, give a shout-out to some of the kids out there. I was just talking to Jackson Earl's dad a little bit this morning.
Yeah.
Who are you guys going to lean on a bit? Who should we be keeping an eye out for?
Jackson Earl for sure. We don't have very many sophomores who start for us. Jackson Earl's going to be a 3-year starter. He plays one safety. Kyle Payton's the other. Josh Guy, inside linebacker, started last year for us. Rowan Thompson up front, kid who's been a heartbeat of our program. And then on offense, we only bring back one kid with a varsity snap, and that's Aaron Satterus, our wide receiver. So there's a lot of growth and development on that side of the ball right now, and Aaron's going to be a big part of that.
Yeah, well, you guys like coaching that side of the ball. You'll coach him up pretty well. How's our man Sean doing up at Rutgers?
I talked to him this week. Got a picture from Coach Siraka, actually. Sent me a picture of Sean at the first day of training camp. He's doing great. He got bigger and stronger and faster, and he left our place big, strong, and fast. So he looks unbelievable. He's excited. He did a great job in their spring game, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for him.
All right, we're looking forward to watching Sean Aschenfelder play up there at Rutgers and see where it lands for him. Sean McIntyre, appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Brent.
Always good catching up. Hope you had a great summer. Good luck this fall. And one of the great coaches here in the Jacksonville area. Let's do this. Take a quick time out. We're getting another view of what's going on here. More coaches to filter in, but I got to get to a break and make sure we stay on time and not get in trouble. Having so much fun here at the Baker Sports High School Media Day in conjunction with Jaguars Prep on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you look good, you feel good, and the medical professionals here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics are here to make you feel your best. I'm on camera every week, and I have a confession to make. I'm not always confident in my appearance. Can you see my dark circles? Is my makeup highlighting my fine lines instead of covering them up? I question it all. So when I found out about the wide variety of procedures here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics, I knew help was just one appointment away. Medical Director Dr. Megan Deacon Casey and her board-certified physicians have been using the latest in cutting-edge technology for the last 10 years, giving men and women their personal confidence boost. From Botox, fillers, Morpheus 8, and so much more. The hardest part was figuring out what I needed. Thankfully, the medical team walked me through what would work best for me through a free consultation. Come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with the purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at Recycling Simplified.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Brent and Austen Show, kind of a different edition of the Brent and Austen Show each and every day, 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Austin, we gave him the day off today because we knew we were talking a lot of high school and having coaches roll in, and therefore I didn't want to hear him brag about his plus 1,300 win in our Hard Rock bet game yesterday. I won both my bets, too, by the way, but he won the big one with Stanton and also Ellie De La Cruz hitting the home run. So that was big on his part. He'll be back Monday. Casey, Hamby, all the rest. We appreciate Rob in the booth today. He's been helping out during Stadium Pulse at 9 o'clock. And also, I can help you out, Coach. You got it? Is it starting to come out there? We'll do that. But Stadium Pulse and also today on the Brent and Austen Show. We've got the Jag Scrimmage coming up in a little bit. This thing winds down here over the next hour or so. And as you can see, we've got a little ping pong going on, some golf, and fun for the kids. We've had so many teams run through here since 8 o'clock this morning. A lot on our different set with Noah Schlicksup, Stuart Weber over there as well. With the kids, we're getting the coaches on. We're trying to break our record of, I think, 16 coaches on the show last year. So I don't know what number you are, Bobby Brown from Joshua Christian, but I hope you're part of the record-breaking crew.
Let's go.
I lost count. So how are you, man?
I'm doing all right. What about yourself?
Good. Tell us about this. What's going on? We're just talking Joshua Christian football. Listen, I don't claim to know a lot about high school football this time of year as I get reacclimated. I really don't know too much about Joshua Christian, if I'm being honest. Tell us about it.
I'm learning as the world is, too.
So I am, too. We're both learning.
Yes.
But I hear the word revamp. You guys have kind of revamped things. You guys have been around as a school since 1996. Your hat even says so.
Okay.
But what are you guys doing with the football program right now?
Oh, that's what we're doing. We definitely are revamping it. We're very young, but we're going to win some ball games. Like, we young and talented. We got a freshman quarterback. We probably have, 2 seniors? I think we have 2 seniors on the team.
2, huh?
Only 2 seniors
Wow.
and probably 2 juniors. So we got a lot of freshmen and sophomores. So that's what the team is made up of. But I think we're going to be competitive.
Well, that means coaching. I mean, coaching really matters.
Correct.
Coaching matters no matter what. But coaching really matters when you're young, and now you get to kind of build this thing, right? So there's some patience that comes with that. But that's probably a lot of fun as someone who's in this to coach and get people better.
Yes. I mean, I would have never thought I'd be sitting right here right now because that wasn't the plan, but it just I was just at I was at one of my son's practices, and he was 5 years old, and I just seen something not being done right, and I couldn't help it, and next thing you know, boom, it went from there. It just took off.
Well, give us a little more of your background then. How'd you end up here?
I went to I graduated from Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Okay.
I signed with Fayetteville State University. Then I went on to when I transferred to FAMU. That's where I graduated from. And then, to be honest, I own a couple of businesses around here, and I started the youth league, and I was coaching, and I ran into the athletic director. Well, he seen my kids, my boys, the big team, and they out of Dinsmore, and they're big. So he was like, "What do you think about bringing that team over here?" I guess they were trying to revamp. It was last year, and he was like, "What do you think about bringing that team over here to beat my varsity team?" My son was going to the school already in 8th grade last year, so I was like, no. And they were like, well, can he at least play on our varsity team? And I was like, ask him if he want to. That's fine. And he started playing, and then it happened again. Then I seen some stuff, and the other coach asked me, so I came in and tried to help him on offense, and it went from there. Then they asked me, well, what would I do? I mean, would I consider taking a job? I told them I had to think about it. And I thought about it, and I prayed about it, and I knew a lot of the kids from the youth world, and I had, I think I got a lot of knowledge. We're going to see this year.
You were going to find out.
Yeah, and, man, I kind of started liking it, so I said, okay, and here we are now.
Good for you. 45 kids you told me you have on the roster. That's a pretty good number, it seems like, especially as you guys revamp things. What kind of style of ball do you want to play?
to be honest, I'm more of a film guy. So once we watch that film, and if we can find whatever weaknesses, well, I'm on the offensive side. So once we find those weaknesses, and then we're gonna prepare that way. So I teach them a lot of different things. So at any time, we can come out at 5 wide. If we feel like we're more athletic than you, and you can't defend us on the perimeter, we'll come out. And if you look like you're just as athletic, then we'll run the ball and see who's the toughest. So
You got someone that can throw it?
yeah, freshman.
Yeah, he's either a freshman or a sophomore, most likely.
yeah. We like I said, I promise you, we're gonna surprise some people.
All right, and you guys are going to play in that SSAA too, so that'll be, there's a lot of competition in there. There's more schools going into that. We're seeing that, but also, like you said, there are games that you can go get.
It definitely is.
Be fun to watch. Joshua Christian, Bobby Brown.
Thank you.
We're going to see how good you do. You said it, not me.
Rank sideline, 25 on over, and we're going to see how it goes.
We're going to see. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Good luck with it. That's fun. Hey, think about some of the schools that have popped up now over the last few years, right? You've got the Zarephath Academy, Young Kids in Motion, TDH Academy. And by the way, like Joshua Christian's not a new school, but from a football standpoint, as they revamp it, Duval Charter, Harvest Community, and now feels like they've been around for a while. Impact Christian, Kip Bold City. Where else am I on here? I mean, just a lot of those different schools, and then we've had some schools and smaller schools go into the SSAA, and it really makes sense for them to do that, and that continues to grow, by the way. The SSAA. Coach, how we doing? Introduce yourself.
Good. Matt Yansy, second-year head coach from Hilliard High School.
Very good. How are things going out in Hilliard? I love it out there.
Man, a lot better this time of year. Attitudes have been great.
Good.
We've dodged some weather this week and just really excited to get this thing going.
There's like a new place opening up in Callahan. So I just saw it come through the email, like a golf something.
Yeah,
is there some buzz about a place opening
it's
up?
It's going to be like a artificial turf golf course.
Artificial turf golf course.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this.
So, is that almost open? You see that being built? Do you drive by it at all?
I haven't seen it, but hopefully opening soon.
Caught my attention. Yeah. I was like, hey, let's go. That sounds good. It's like my second home, Callahan. I like going out there. So, tell us a little bit about your football team, man.
So we're going to be young again. We're going to count on a lot of freshmen and sophomores this year, but we've got a good group of seniors. Obviously, last year, rough go around, and so we got those guys that have been through some hard times, been through some coaching changes, and just really accepted the challenge of, hey, we're going to come out, we're going to get better and better, not feel sorry for ourselves, and the attitude's been great. We're starting to develop some leadership, and I think we're going to be a lot better this year.
You think you have steadied it a little bit now, year 2 for you, and I know you still got some new guys and everything, but is this at least the start of steadying it?
Oh, definitely. Last year, they always say when you take a new job, just survive year 1, but when you're the fourth coach in 4 years, it's no offense to any of my predecessors, but there's a lot of uncertainty, and the kids were kind of, we don't know if he's going to be here again next year, but now they've started to buy in. They know our expectations, and just can't say enough about how much better it is this year.
Well, you got some tough kids out there too. What kind of style can you play, and what do you want to play in your rural classification?
We're going to be, I played for Coach Richard Kennedy. Most people know him from Denellen, and it was run the football, play good defense, play good on special teams, and let the score take care of itself. And that's how we're going to be. We'll spread it out a little bit, but our best 2 players on offense are definitely our 2 running backs, so we're going to give them the lion's share of the touches.
All right, give them the ball. Give us some of the kids' names, those 2 guys, and some other. Who should we keep an eye out for?
DJ Alderman, he's our returning rusher from last year. He's just going to be a junior. Kamari Bolden had some injuries last year, but super talented kid. He's going to be a senior, play safety, play running back. So those are going to be the 2 guys to watch for on offense. Colt King's going to be our sophomore quarterback. Big kid, smart kid. Really taking a leadership role. Kids are starting to follow him a little bit, even though he is a young cat. Really excited about our defense. Coach Will Dial does a great job over there on the defensive side. Tucker Williams, Jake Cruz is a senior. Hunter Brockett's just a junior, but he's a 3-year starter. And then Brock McPherson's going to be a sophomore defensive end that we're really looking forward to seeing.
Awesome. Lastly, with Coach Yancey here from Hilliard, how's the rural classification treated you? Do people like it? Is it good? I mean, I know you got Union County and Fort White in there. I'm just saying, overall, has it been the right thing over a couple of years?
Oh yeah, I really like it. I grew up in Bristol, so rural school, and Liberty County probably would have won 2 state titles had it not been, for a couple privates.
Okay.
But, I've been at Branford and I've been at Hilliard, and just, it's always schools like us.
Yeah.
Obviously there's more talented schools, some with bigger rosters, but, you drive through a Lake Butler or a Branford or a Mayo and a Hilliard, and you're like, okay, these are all, similar communities, and that's always good.
Yeah, it seems like it fits. All right, man.
All right. Yes,
good
sir.
luck.
Appreciate you.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
We'll keep an eye on the flashes here in 2025, and that is Coach Matt Yansy from Hilliard. Coach McPherson, let's get you in here if we can. By the way, good time to tell you, if you're looking for a lunch spot, don't forget about Mason's famous lobster rolls. 3 different places, Fernandina Beach, down in Durban, and Town Center as well. Great place to go on the weekend, and I like that hot summer lobster roll. Had one the other day. Check it out at masonslobster.com. Mason's famous lobster rolls. Tom McFerson now just taken over at Fleming Island. I mean, how many different hats and shirts do you have in this area from places that you've been?
It was going really well for a while. I had a Ridgeview hat and a Ridgeview shirt for 14 years, and then went on and got a Baker County hat and shirt and Orange Park, and last 3.5 years, Bishop Kenny as a defensive coordinator, and now back to Fleming Island. So, the original plan was to not have that many hats and shirts. It was to stay and build places and go, and then, it kind of took a turn, and since that turn, we've been trying on different colors.
Did you see this one coming? It was like behind the scenes, and I know it was just recently announced that with Chipoletti handing off to you. I mean, so is this kind of in the works, or?
Kind of. It was a plan. I got over there in March. My wife teaches there. My oldest just graduated from there, and she'll be going to the University of Florida. I have a 10th grade daughter there. I live 2 blocks down the road.
Yeah.
I work part-time at the golf course. So going to Kenny, as good as Kenny was a great place. We had a ton of success, did a lot of things that obviously Kenny was doing great things, but I think we added to, that legacy, and it was a great job, and Coach Krause is awesome, and the place, the atmosphere, the community, Mr. Orlando, the principal. 23 years in the state system. I'm getting close to retirement. At some point, I needed to get back in the FRS, 50 miles a day as opposed to 4 miles a day, back on insurance with my wife. So when Coach Chip kind of presented the plan of what it could be, and then the way Clay County works and the way Bishop Kenny works, monetarily it was very similar. It just, had to have a tough conversation with myself first, and then Coach Krause said, hey, I think we're going to be good again. We return a lot of defensive players. I think we got this thing going in the right direction. But, for probably maybe the first time in my career, I think I made a decision that I felt like was best for me and not always what was best for the high school, the programs. I spent most of my career, once I got a job, always trying to make decisions that were best for the program. And this was probably one of the first ones I said, hey, look, I know this is not best for Bishop Kenny, but this is probably best for me.
How much, when you do that, goes into, do I want to deal with all the head coaching stuff? Because you're just coaching ball, with Krause can handle all that garbage stuff, right?
The last 3 years of my life were probably the best. No headaches, nothing. Call defense, hopefully stop some people, hopefully play good defense, and that's really your only concern. And you really get out of the the recruiting landscape, you get out of the parent landscape, you get out of the fundraising landscape, and so I mean that obviously was. And I needed it at that point after 22 years, and then, some situations that don't turn out the way you want them to. And I needed, really, to be honest with you, I needed a place to go just to coach, to see if I can still coach football. You get fired from 2 different jobs, and people tell you they want to go in a new direction. At some point you got to sit down and go, hey, does what I do still work?
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't matter whether it's college, NFL, or high school. You start to have some self-doubt, and, it's just one of those deals where it was good for me to go and not be a head coach. It was good for me to get some of that time off, but it was also really good for me to go to a place where we could be successful on defense, and find out that, hey, yeah, the football that I know still exists, and the things that I want to do still work. So it was kind of like a shot in the arm in a way.
That's pretty cool. Fleming Island, now I won't call them a sleeping giant. They've been good, but they have giant potential, right? I mean, that's a cool spot. You got a lot of kids.
Yeah.
You got a great Friday night atmosphere. I think you have a lot of support. I mean, you know better than me, but it looks like a lot of support infrastructure-wise, and people like their football there. That's a cool gig. It's a cool place.
Yeah, and it's so for so many years, the shocker to most people is for so many years when I was at Ridgeview and Orange Park, once Fleming kind of got things up and rolling, they were kind of, the face of the county.
Yeah.
And when you're at another school, you're not really happy that somebody else is dominating the county and, maybe some of your kids are choosing to go to school there or whatever it is. Well, that's when I was at Ridgeview and Orange Park. And when I was at Ridgeview, I did everything I could to protect Ridgeview. When I was at Orange Park, I did everything I could to protect Orange Park. And, now the opportunity comes. I wanted to come back into the county insurance-wise with my wife as a teacher. FRS, I needed to get back in the state system at some point. How long do you wait around for what you think might be the right job? This one was, just a perfect fit for me. And they've been good for a long time. I think there's a lot of things that we can develop better. The Friday night atmosphere is tremendous. I still think there's some things that we can improve on, in the weight room and with technology and things that are going on now. We had last year at Bishop Kenny, we had GPS devices tracking speed and different things that help kids get recruited and the workload on those players. It helps you manage the workload on those players. So, technology-wise, things that we can improve upon. And obviously the heritage is there. The culture's there.
Yeah.
It's a great Friday night atmosphere. There's Clay County football is getting better in my opinion. And so I just want to be able to add to that and hopefully if this could be my last shirt and my last hat, it'd be awesome.
I didn't know that technology had hit high school. I guess I should have known, but I didn't really know that it did. Makes a lot of sense. It's pretty attainable now.
Yeah.
You tell everybody about your Play Fast stuff. I mean, you got gazillion hits on YouTube. Yeah. You've really grown that, right?
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's helped you stay and kind of evolve, right? I would say in the game of football.
Yeah, so
just as much as the coaching.
Yeah, so it started all the way back at Ridgeview, and it actually started in the offseason. I was kind of bored. It was January. Clinics hadn't started up yet. And I saw a lot of the things. I was going on YouTube and searching, offense, defense, special teams, and different things that weren't going on out there. And so I just thought to myself, what? Do I trust what I do? Could I teach it to other people? Like if people think, all right, well, you're really good schematically or X's and O's, right? And there's certain coaches in the area that are known for their X's and O's maybe, and there's other guys that are known for how they run a program or their culture. And if you're really good or think you are at X's and O's, you should be able to teach other people. So started out of boredom, started doing it. A couple videos go up. Next thing you know, people are watching them. Kept doing them in the office at Ridgeview. Did them at Baker. Did them at OP, did them everywhere else, and it just continued to grow, and then it became almost a side business now. So now I work with Baker Sports and Dome Hats and Game Strat Sideline Replay, and it's just one of those things where that's where football coaches are going to get information. They're watching videos, and why not use that avenue? So it's been a good gig, and it keeps me on top of trying to make sure what we do is good and make sure what we do is fresh, and at the same time, can I teach it the right way? And then at the same time, give back to a game. It's the only job I've ever had. I was GA in college, straight out got my master's degree, went straight into Ridgeview. So the only job I've ever had in my life. Football's meant a ton to me as a Division III player and somebody who had to play, because I needed to and I wanted to. I want to give back not only to kids but to coaches, and if I can help people, then it's awesome.
I think it's pretty neat because, a lot of people think the kids are all about social media and other things. Well, the coaches, too, that network. I met a guy up in New York this summer where my kid was playing ball and his kid was on the team, and he has a same type of network, like on a podcast form, right? Just a lot of the coaches we've done after the game with Josh Baker on our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. I mean, you guys are always learning. You're always trying to figure out the next thing, right?
Football's always evolving. It's such a, it's a game that has so many moving parts, and you're trying to stay ahead of the curve, and you're trying to do what the next best thing is out there, right? And really doesn't matter. The next best thing is whoever's winning. That's what you want to do, right? So 2 years ago, everybody wanted to be Tennessee on offense, and then it slowed down a little bit, and now everybody wants to be somebody else. And on defense, it was everybody wants to be Alabama, or everybody wants to be odd front, or everybody wants to be Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Like whatever wins gets kind of hot.
Yeah.
I've always to me, because high school football is so different, I've always gravitated towards what's different. So like at Kenny, we were 3 high like Iowa State. What can we do different that other people don't see all the time?
Yeah, so it's hard to practice
like
against.
Spread stuff when it first came out, no huddle stuff, tempo stuff. Just try to be different so that if you can't just line up and win, how can we as coaches create a way that we can be different to try and win? So social media is awesome. I use it, obviously Twitter stuff and connections with people, and then, the business side, doing advertising for Play Fast. But football is, football coaches, it's a sick world of demented people. I love it to death, but like my buddy Jeff Whitaker at Dome Hats, and I help him with his junior high team, and once he started coaching, he said, man, this is a sickness. I said, it's beyond a sickness, and you've got to be a deranged person to do it. But social media's been great. YouTube's been great. Everything, love it to death.
Yeah, as we told you earlier in the show, we had Jeff from Clay on. You're going to get paid a little more to do it, hopefully, in the near future. So
yeah, hopefully if he gets all that rolling, we get paid a little bit more, and maybe I won't have to work part-time at the golf course and do stuff on YouTube. Maybe
How's the golf game? You can play now. This guy can play.
We're stay right around 1 or a 2 right now.
Really, that good?
Yeah, but I got to go back a tee box. I'm going to be 53.
Okay.
64, 6,500 yards starts to punish me a little bit, but anything around 6,200 when the time is right, I can go deep.
Have you always been pretty good?
I played in college.
Oh, you did play? I didn't know that part.
I played 2 sports in college.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was that?
St. John's University in New York.
Yeah.
So it was tough for me because I was coming off of football, and one year I tore my ACL going into golf season, and 1 year I had my thumb reconstructed.
Oh, jeez.
But St. John's was D3 football, couldn't give me money. They had an open spot on the team. I started my career as a D2 golfer. They had an open spot. Coach said, if you can make the 6-man, you can have half a scholarship. So went to St. John's to play football, got paid to play golf.
How about that? I did not know that part. That's pretty. So, yeah, you've been a good golfer for a long time.
Yeah, better down here now.
Of course.
You get to play more.
Absolutely.
But now as a head football coach, my game will probably go south.
Hey, you're still only 4 minutes from the course or whatever.
And I work every weekend, so I'm out there enough.
All right, get out of here. Tom McPherson.
Thank you, man.
Great to see you back
Thank
at
you
it,
so
man.
much for what you guys do for high school sports.
You bet. We'll look forward to covering Fleming Island Golden Eagles. You're taking a look at some of the different sites here at Baker Sports and Jaguars Prep High School Media Day. I mean, what a day it is. It's, I would say, starting to wind down up here a little bit, but we've got more activity still happening. And Stuart Weber, Olivia Tasley, Noah Schlicksup, Chandler Dancer are all part of our team today. Rob back in the studio. Just been fun to watch and listen if you're a high school sports fan. High school football season is here, folks. We'll put a bow on the show when we come back, a little bit more on what to watch for the Jaguars scrimmage tonight, and we'll get you started into the weekend here from Everbank Stadium right after this. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Save 10% off any water heater plus no trip charge. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. For a limited time, CGC is waiving the trip charge on all related plumbing calls. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
For the game day hustle and every day in between. Juggling my show, Jag Social, to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion.
After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone.
The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call.
Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet.
Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table.
Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Brent and Austen Show on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. About 5 or 6 minutes to go, and that will do it from Baker Sports Jaguars Prep High School Media Day inside Everbank Stadium. And we're not going anywhere. We're like camping out at Everbank today. We've got a girls flag football media day coming up, and also the Jag Scrimmage later tonight. As for the Jag Scrimmage, just to talk a little Jags ball here, as we will be there tonight. We'll have 1st and 10 training camp, 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30. So we'll take you into the night. We have Action Sports Jacks prime time, Saturday, Sunday, 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30 on CBS 47. But things to watch. Obviously, this team gets to go out inside the stadium for the first time. I don't expect us to see a whole lot from the scrimmage in terms of like volume, but I bet they'll do some live periods, and we'll get a chance to see what that looks like. Travis Hunter's the big watch because he probably will play both sides of the football tonight for the first time that we get to see in a Jags uniform. He'll wear the teal on offense, the white on defense, and then he'll start doing that more during camp. We'll see if he does it in preseason games. In fact, we'll see how much the starters even play in the preseason games for the Jags, because if you remember, like the Rams regime, they never really play their starters in the preseason. So that will come into focus a little bit more as next week approaches and the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town on Saturday. So that's a little bit of a catch-up inside the stadium tonight for the scrimmage at 7 o'clock. I think the gates open at 4:30. We'll be there on TV, CBS 47, Fox 30, throughout the evening and into the night as well. All our high school coverage, and we've got a bunch of it today, 3 hours right here with the coaches and a lot of players being interviewed off to my left. It'll be available on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. We're going to ramp up the high school coverage with the Friday Night Zone Blitz later this month. And then, of course, our game of the week we're going to do in its entirety as well, so we continue to expand. Thanks for hanging through all that, Step Durham.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
got to educate people on everything going on.
Hey, big Jags fan. Want to see them do good.
Yeah, how about Travis Hunter, man? You're a good athlete. You played at a high level.
Yeah, man.
To see what he's doing is pretty amazing, isn't it?
He's a real deal at DB. I think he's probably going to be top 5 DBs.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's his natural position,
Oh, yeah.
but they need him to make an impact on that offensive end, too.
Oh, yeah. Then he's going to sell a lot of tickets.
Yeah, he will do that.
I think he's a great guy. Never met him, but great guy.
Yeah, he's everything about him. It seems like a good fit. You guys going to sell a lot of tickets at Atlantic Coast this year? What you got? You got some entertainment?
That's the plan. We've been developing our kids, trying to get them in a position to make the plays that they need to make. But overall, we went 3-7 last year, had 3 games that we lost by 6 points or less. So definitely competitive, just trying to turn that hump. And that's expected with rebuilding the program.
Yeah.
Starting off 0-10 when I came in. Well, taking over 0-10 team, then going 4-6, 3-7. So, I think we're making gains.
This is where it starts to take shape a little bit, right? Because now you've had younger guys in the program. They know what to expect out of you, your staff, everything else. Yeah. That's got to, at least it's got to feel a little bit more like it's trending in a way, right?
Right, definitely. We're building the culture over there. I mean, it was strong when Kevin Sullivan was there. We had a few guys after that, and we have Pat Bryant just got drafted
Absolutely,
by the
man.
Broncos.
That's awesome.
So shout out to him.
Yes, sir.
I think we have athletes just trying to build a team overall.
What do you? How much do you vary what you guys want to do schematically? Does it change, or are you going to always be you? And what does that look like?
What that looks like for us, offensively, we're a spread team. We want to run the ball. Definitely want to make some pass plays. We have explosive players. Just got to take advantage of the opportunity. Defensively, we have I think a star-studded defensive line right now with Desmond Malpress, our 4-star athlete. And then we just got Israel Hayward. He'll be playing some linebacker, some edge for us. Reggie Hayward's son.
Yeah.
And then
that's the younger one.
We picked up. We got some young guys that are trending up, and I'm excited to see our defense fly around.
Are you having fun? I mean, you jump into this this coaching thing, and I'm sure you really don't know. Okay, we'll see. I mean, are you kind of in it for the long haul? You having fun with this?
Oh, yeah, definitely having fun. And the biggest thing for me is development. I enjoy developing young men. Also, I'm a teacher, so I just love being around the kids and, trying to help mold them to get to where their ultimate goal is and just be here, a light for them to ask any question that they need or anything, just trying to help them develop at the end of the day.
How much better are you at it right now than 3 years ago?
I'm getting way better. So I do some side work with kids as well. So my life is focused around kids. So every year I think I learn a lot different things. New kids means new experiences. So it's getting better.
Did you come through like the media day as a player?
Yeah.
What year did you graduate?
14.
Okay.
So that was
just 13, a decade
14.
ago. So yeah, they were doing it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
How crazy is it? How big it is now compared to even then?
Oh, now you got it's way bigger now. You got the booths to take pictures and stuff like that. It was like 1, maybe 2 back then. I mean, we still had the media talk to everybody, but now you got the games and stuff, and we're playing the PS4 and PS5.
PS5.
Big. But yeah, it's getting big, and the players are getting bigger. I think Jacksonville football coverage is going to get bigger.
Yeah.
We've got some great kids in this city, and we just overall, I think we're in a great spot.
No doubt about it. Step Durham, thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Thank
Great to see you.
Appreciate you.
All right, great player in his own right, and now the head coach at Atlantic Coast. And the Stingrays get ready to go for the 2025 season. We're going to get ready to go, too. We got to get out of here. It's been fun 3 hours, but we're really not done. So make sure you continue to follow us on social media, on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network as well. And we'll continue to put some of this content out as we get closer and closer to high school football season, which is just a couple of weeks. Real games start in Georgia 2 weeks from today. Preseason games start here in Northeast Florida 2 weeks from today. The Friday Night Blitz starts 2 weeks from today. And then later in the month, we unleash our whole game of the week and Friday Night Zone Blitz, which is our 4-hour extravaganza. Quite frankly, I don't think anybody's covering high school football like Action Sports Jacks, and we're excited about it. Coming up in 2025. Thanks to Rob back in the booth, the entire Action Sports Jacks team. And make sure, again, you check us out on TV all day, CBS 47 and Fox 30. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Baker Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Sandalwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Sun's out, suits out. That's right, it's summertime in Florida, which means it's time to say goodbye to bulking season and hello to shredding season. But if you're like me, you're having a hard time sculpting and shaping those final pounds. That is until I came and saw my friends over at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Right now, everyone is hopping on the Evolve X train, and the only destination is finding your perfect summer body. The technology uses electrical muscle stimulation and radio frequency energy to cause your muscles to contract, all while heating up those deep layers of your skin and tissue to produce collagen and reduce fat. It's like doing 1,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. No pain, no needles, just results, right? That's right. So leave those winter layers back at the station and come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or